That would help. How's everybody doing?
Hey, hi, hello. We start the stream and I just like start making chair noises because I'm adjusting my posture.
I understand that. I gotta make the room very quickly. I can't move my micro, so I gotta do the reach from the side, but I've slowly inched it close enough that I don't have to do like the full screen. Oh no, never mind. I messed it up. There we go. Yep, Crow, we got Seth and Lennox on the mic tonight.
Yo, what's good?
I was about to say we don't have Linux right now because Linux is playing fighting games, but
I am up 3 rounds to 0 right now.
Oh wait, let's go Lennox.
We'll see if it lasts because things are starting to fall apart.
Oh lord. It's always the worst feeling is like I think things are going okay. Well,
oh
that
god,
did not go okay.
Sorry, I brought it back. It was a little scary there at the end, but we're good. All right. Hi, hello. How is everybody?
Wait, how the hell did Uber guess? I'm so confused. How did you guys guess this keyword? Could you guys read it in that little tiny corner? I gotta kind of keep the ASMR voice because it's like 2 a.m. here, so I gotta keep the ASMR voice. But how the hell did you guys guess? My keyword was so fucking random. How'd you guys guess it? I'm legit.
Someone had to have posted in the Discord, like someone taking care of everything.
Literally, the Ladiva's frame 1 are just in here.
Mashing just 2Uing your information or infosec.
I've never used this keyword in my life,
except today. And you know, we're always watching. That's the thing about us Granblue Cat. We're always watching or listening or both.
How's the sound, by the way? Can you guys hear the game?
I still can't hear any audio, but like, fuck it, we ball.
You can see the stream though. Yeah. You can see my lovely face.
Yes, I can see everything on that end. I just don't hear any game music.
Okay, give me a second. Let's see if this will fix it. Okay, stream. Can you guys hear the game? Give me 1 second. I swear.
Yeah, like that's the part that matters. But like, we'll make this happen.
We'll make it happen. Damn, we got chat popping off already.
Oh wait, I think I know why.
Yo, Viram. Oh, I ask you this every time. Never mind. Sorry. Ignore me.
You can hear the game? Okay, perfect. All right, chat. You guys know the drill. Before we go into anything, we got a match arena. We got 45 codes left, and here's a really cool thing that I feel like we never shill. Lennox knows what I'm going to go with.
Oh, yeah.
If you go to the bottom down here, you can contribute by picking up a lovely shirt or a hoodie. So yeah, if you pick up a hoodie, $10 goes to the prize pool, $45 goes to me, but the bulk of that goes to printing and shipping. And then the same with the t-shirt, $4 to the prize pool, $20 for the same thing. So if you would like one of these lovely Masher tees, or one of the NWA hoodies, or MWA hoodies. I gotta make sure I get that right.
Well, yeah, we got more Calliope on stream over here.
Yeah. Tune in next time to watch him act like a copyright fraud on stream again. Oh man.
Well, you failed a QTE, unfortunately.
But yeah, if you want some nice merch, you also want to add to the prize pool. Oh, it's not at 152, by the way. That's just the wrong Metrino plugged in. Unless we got a massive donation.
No, we didn't.
Okay,
that really tripped me up. Oh, Jesus.
That's unfortunate. API calls going wrong.
Yep.
Oh,
there we
goodness.
go.
The MWA hoodie, very comfortable though.
It is mad comfy. It is super, super comfy. If I wasn't so hot right now, I'd be wearing it. But yeah, that was my poor Matcherino show.
Hey, it worked. You got me, someone who's supposed to be paying attention to the stream, to do a survey and claim a code, which you all too can do to put 75 cents in the pot.
Yo, let's.
Oh, that's crazy. So this survey, dude, did that take like very long, or what was the?
It was like 6 questions.
Okay, so it's pretty quick. Sounds like.
Oh
Yeah.
damn, Lennox, thank you for the 20.
Oh God, I already forgot I did that. That's crazy. Wow, it's been a long day. Jesus Christ.
Oh no.
Oh no. All right, it's
But,
okay. I made coffee earlier. I'm good to go.
I gotta drink coffee.
Oh God, I just had so much coffee 30 minutes ago. Oh.
I was really thinking about the second Red Bull before we got started, but like I can't. I have to sleep. So
Yeah.
I didn't realize when I said for the culture that I picked 2 Ladiva matches.
did I do that? Oh
no,
my God.
no, you picked
Okay.
one, and then I said we should get Uber on for the culture. I had like a brain fart where I forgot Alderon was also a Ladiva, so we got lots of Ladiva action coming your way, chat. We're gonna start with Alderon versus Fawxy, and then we're gonna have Uber versus Icarus.
I'm actually really curious to see the Alderon versus Fawxy match. One of the big things in I love both of them. They're both players who have been working really hard to kind of better themselves, and they've been working to better themselves, and I see a lot of the work that goes in every time I play them. But I want to see who's working harder.
And that's always the question. Who wants it more? Let's see.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of forgot. Oh wait, this is Alderon. Never mind. I confused Alderon and and UberCheesecake.
It's all good. I got confused for a second there, but I'm like, it'll all work itself out.
This is gonna probably keep happening all night, especially after this is probably gonna happen all night as this is the bloopy thing where I just say the wrong thing constantly.
No, that's fine. I'll be here to encourage you the entire step of the way.
It's all right. We're cooking.
I'll just keep poking you in the wrong.
Believe in victory. Battle
That'll be fun.
1. Engage.
It's all right. We're here for vibes.
Oh yeah, most definitely. So is Ladiva weird? Oh no, never mind.
Yeah, unfortunately, Uber burns that. Or shit. Okay, I got this now. So saw early on, kind of the big thing that I think makes this matchup rough. Outside of, there are 2 things. It is the fact that Djeeta just moves super quick and has super disjointed pokes, but also the fact that like a lot of the Shotos, she can basically just burn EX headbutt, or like she can nullify EX headbutt by reacting to a flash, depending on how it's canceled into. So that's one of the I'm honestly, that was the thing I was trying to say earlier. It was like, oh, I'm surprised that Uber's not playing Percival, and then it's like, oh, this is just Alderon. And I'm like, but Alderon. So one thing I can say that I really like about
Oh yeah,
Alderon's a jump scare. Yeah,
is that it? Yeah, let's go.
The 35 frame jump scare.
Yeah, that's for us old cats, that's definitely a jump scare.
Yeah, it's incredible. And we saw that too. That's kind of the thing that still I think is dangerous about Ladiva is 2 interactions can kill you. That was an anti-air and like a 5U combo, and that was really kind of all it took. But the matter of it is, hey, are you actually gonna get that combo?
Yeah, that's the hard part.
It really is.
It only takes 1 interaction to get it started.
All right, it does. Yeah. And like Ladiva definitely got better this patch. I think she's still probably like. I go back and forth between trying to figure out if she is bottom or mid tier now. I lean a little bit more towards like lower mid than I do anything else. But
let's go! Alderon's out here cooking. Let's get it.
Oh my God! Like bringing out. This man is bringing out like the darkness grappler tech, just the walk up, easy input SSBA because you know it'll kill.
Hell yeah.
I really want to see what the adjustment from Fawxy is, because like that first round was dominant for me. Like,
oh yeah,
really solid play, and I think a lot of things that keep happening are Alderon just gets in or gets like a really good interaction and then runs with it.
I think Fawxy's like has to play lame, basically. You know what I mean? Like, stay out of that range right there. Use those big buttons. Spend your resources. Don't get stuck in the corner, because Ladiva will melt you. Ooh, almost get the headbutt cancel. And we're gonna bait the DP, and that's gonna hurt. 5U. Ooh, chase him down. And that's gonna be more than enough.
Yeah, people kind of forget that EX Headbutt does a grip of damage, even just off like a normal confirm. So depending on how it goes, a lot of things can just... It can close out a round really easy if you're willing to commit to the full sequence. But Alderon, not letting that stop him.
Yeah, so now back to Nooch. Fawxy's just gonna have to... Oh no, stay at it, stay at it.
Oh no! Oh, that was really unfortunate. Alderon got the 2-1-4 in there, which does a comboable guard break, but Fawxy just not able to really close it out. I think there's a couple of things going on right now that I think just are unfortunate. And that's it. Yeah, that's it. I don't know if it was that play or if it was nerves, but unfortunately the big thing about this matchup is Fawxy is what I would consider a bit more of an active cheetah player.
Yeah.
And that can be, I think that style is really explosive. I think it's really good in like a 1-2 bracket, and it's really powerful for when you're trying to, it can catch a lot of people off guard. So one of the things that unfortunately doesn't work about that is to do that, you kind of have to fight in the grappler fun range. And I think the tone shift is really what we were missing here. It was a lot of interactions we saw just from Fawxy being in the danger realm and making a small mistake or being safe but minus just unfortunately went really wrong.
Yeah, we saw Fawxy's like get some of that stuff rocking mid-screen, right? But like you said, just went right in, didn't play like the slower game. I don't know. Just unfortunately did not work out.
It's one of those things where, you know, that's the thing that people don't like to, that's one of the big things that people don't like about grapplers is fighting them is a skill that you have to develop. It's something that you have to be really cognizant of, and taking people out of that zone and like forcing them to play a very specific way that may counteract their personal play styles is hard. And people don't like it.
Grapplers and zoners both.
Yeah.
So
all right, I gotta
go play. Go for it.
Yeah.
Okay, gotta go play. So now this is UberCheesecake, the person I've been talking about all night unintentionally. Unfortunate.
Yeah.
But we haven't.
I'm not sure. Did he completely make the swap to Percy?
No, he is using it as a counter pick, which is largely what I did with Seox.
Ah, okay.
I think the matchups that he's willing to play Percy for are a little bit more liberal than I feel on them. Mm-hmm. But I 100% think this is the pick. Like, this is do not fight Djeeta with Ladiva unless you know they have a grappler problem and they're willing to get you in the face. Like it's hard. It's a player counter pick, not so much
absolutely.
So much a character counter pick. Very good air to air, but doesn't get the confirm off of it.
Yeah, that helm splitter. Ooh, with the air throw. Let's go, Uber.
So one thing I really like here is there's like a certain level of boldness in Uber's play that I think is really good. Like we just saw, and part of that's just like all of Percy animations are super swaggy, but like just the walk up, solid jump, got the air to air, the second air to air, and then unfortunately wasn't a bit of enough. That's one of the things about Djeeta is I think she's on top of doing everything pretty good. She also snowballs really hard with her cooldown cycle. So it's instances where like this hard knockdown that you get from like the throw we just saw is a real like that can end it very quickly, and especially now that you're in the corner, you're facing strike throw, you are trying to figure out what's going to happen, how do I deal with it, and then you make a bad mistake, and this happens. We saw Uber try to bust out twice, and just didn't. Got a slap on the wrist the first time, it went for it the second, and unfortunately just need to punish. Icarus taking the quick game.
Yeah, I'm curious if we're going to see a character swap or if Uber's going to stick with the Percy.
This is one of those instances where I think it is better for him as a player to stick with a better matchup rather than a character he's familiar with. Like I understand in bracket, like it's kind of hard to take the L on that one, but it's something you have to do, especially when you play characters like this.
Yeah, that's true. Especially if you really want to like solidify that secondary.
Yeah, it's the thing that kind of takes you. So there was like a recent Romula video where she's talking about like the differences between players, and it's like good player, inconsistent, average player, and then like not great. And I think for Uber to kind of bridge, like Uber's kind of in the point where he's like. Uber's kind of in the point where I think he's developing into that good play. He's developing into the bottom tier of good player where it's inconsistent. And I think that when you're front facing as a grappler bane, good player inconsistent is kind of the heights you're gonna get unless that grappler is particularly cracked. Like, yeah, I think Alex in Street Fighter V is a character that you can be consistent with. But I do not feel that way about Ladiva right now. Icarus gets the jump out.
Yeah, this is death. Doesn't even have to finish the Raven puts.
I don't even think they needed to do.
I think
a
easy
real
input
input
probably would have done it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. See how everything goes though. But Uber's playing this really patient. I was like, Uber's playing really patient. He's doing what he needs to, and it just swings.
That's how it always is. The second you're like, oh, their patience on point today, they get the big swing.
Yeah, I'm being nice, and then I regret it. But this is a really bad situation with Uber. Icarus isn't in the place to kill, but they're in the strike throw situation where it's just bad. This is the Djeeta zone. If you make a mistake, she's just gonna kill you.
Yeah, had to overdrive pretty much.
I think that was I agree with you. I think it was a really important bust out. It's just a matter of we have to see exactly how this happens or see how everything goes. And please do not prove me wrong, but this is the thing. Uber is really comfortable walking down and like making his way in and deal with stuff. So I think this is the play, and this is the kind of style you have to develop when you want to play this character at a high level. But even then, like we're looking at the clock, and Uber gets the strike, but like now we're in a situation.
Yeah, now he's just got to keep it slow. He can't get antsy now.
He does. He doesn't have rush or anything to get in, but has to be really careful not to just get hit by a Djeeta button. You have to be really careful. And like this time ticker is bad. I'm curious what the answer is. Just walking down. 35 frame jump scare. Unfortunate. I understand a bit of an idea of why that is. It's like a really kind of tense knowledge check, but in that situation, maybe something like run up EX SPD, which is 6 frames and has the reach of medium SPD, would have been a good option. It's just something like that is, I think something like the Diva 5U that's like an early game. I'm trying to see if you're sleeping, not a we have 3 seconds on the clock. I need to get some stuff done. Move.
Yeah. I understand what you're saying. It's also. Yeah, I don't know. I know it felt like there was no time left, but I kind of wish we had just seen Uber wait like another second or two. I always think of that Justin Wong video where he's like, look at the health bars, look at the time. Sometimes 5 seconds is like tons of time. And I feel if Uber had just waited that extra second, like he would have caught the jump on recovery on the way down, and it would have been a completely different outcome.
It's very possible. Again, like there are a couple options and a couple of scenarios there, but unfortunately, you just make the wrong. Unfortunately, you just made the wrong one, and that's fighting games. Sometimes your intent can be right, but your execution is wrong. And
yeah.
When the proper when the proper thought processes are there, the execution's the easy part to fix. But it's like instilling that discipline and instilling the understanding of why to do something in a specific situation is always going to be the hard part.
Mm-hmm. That is true. We're gonna have our next match, but before we do, chat, I am gonna remind you that we got a match arena. Oh, I gotta scroll back up to the the top there. We do have a match arena for this evening. We got a bunch of codes left. We have 24 codes left, around 70 people watching. If you haven't already, click the link in chat, head over to this page, click the blue claim code button, 25 free cents into the pot. We also have sponsor quests from Jawa and I believe BetterHelp. And Text Now, I'm sorry, Jawa and Text Now.
So I actually did the Jawa survey right before the bracket started. I just wanted to just one of those things where I was curious about it, and I don't think if it had asked me for an email, whatever, but it doesn't ask you for an email. It's 6 questions, like super easy, takes like a minute to do, gets a crisp 50 cents into the pot. Like that, you know, we get 50 people, that's $20. Like there's 70 people. You said there's 70 people here right now?
Yeah.
If everyone does that, that's $35.
I think it's literally like, did you build your computer? If so, where did you buy the parts? And
that is exactly what it was.
But yeah,
the only thing I'm a little chuffed about is it's like Micro Center is one word. How dare you? Put some respect on the GOAT.
That's true. That's true. Nobody does it in person better than Micro Center.
Like I didn't know what I was missing until I moved to Illinois and like had the Micro Center. We used to have the Fry's Electronics, but by the time I got there, it was just like it was just a shell of its former self.
Fry's used to be incredible. Like I grew up in Texas. Fry's was like that's where you went, and then it was not to be.
It really was unfortunate, and like that was one of the things I was cracking up because like I went and saw Nope in theaters right around when it came out, and like they've got like 30. Or they've got like 10 minutes just dedicated to like the coolest fries you've ever seen that probably doesn't exist anymore now.
Oh, that's so true. I didn't even think about that. Dang. I've seen a lot of 50 cents roll through, which makes me think that a lot of people are doing the Jawa surveys.
That's
Did
excellent.
We make it all the way to like $72 just from that? For those of you who don't know, we have stretch goals. So if we hit 150, top 4 gets paid out. 320, top 6, 660, top 8. So we're already halfway to top 4 payout.
Yeah, and you want to see the players get paid. Like this is, at the time of posting, is a 34-person bracket. It takes a lot of time, and like these brackets are work and they're stressful. Like you jump in, you're playing to get good, you're trying to be better. Mm-hmm. But one of the things that it's an incentive. It like pushes like. Obviously, there is the I want to be a better player, I want to grow, this is the place to test myself, but hey, sometimes you want a free sub, you know? Like the Victory Little Caesars that I've bought before off my WASD winnings feels better than anything else, I'm telling you.
Oh man, speaking of WASD winnings, you want the big ones, come to crossover. I wish you could make it out.
I did too. I was originally scheduled to go to Slashback, and that just got shot this week, so I can't make it to that. So CEO is probably looking like the wave on that. I haven't yet, but
oh my god! Wait, it armors all the way through Percy's DP.
So it has a lot EX Walt plus armor frames. Or no, that wasn't even EX. That was just normal Walt.
Yeah.
But Soulforge on with Walt, I think it's already he can plow through it. Plus Percy Fireball is technically only one hit unless it's the fully charged version.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it has infinite armor on the U follow-up.
Interesting. That's unfortunate. I've not seen that interaction before, so like in my head I was like, oh, boss is just gonna armor through. Never.
Yeah.
So usually taking a pretty solid round one. I've actually not seen this matchup before, and on the surface, it's really interesting. When you think one of the things that like, you know, Voss is one of the few characters that can actually just contest Percy in specific ranges. You know, Percy is they're both kind of big. They move clunky, but Percy now has like the ability to kind of zoom and rush. But Voss can control space. Is one of the few characters that can actually control space against him really well. But Rowlet not even giving FuseLit a chance.
Oh, that almost killed. I thought it was gonna prorate more.
Yeah, that. I'm also surprised that didn't kill.
Battle 3. Engage.
But Rowlet starting off with the early fireball, I think getting the distance to kind of build up stocks is a really good option from her. Catches the one she has out with DP, but follows it up with the meaty 228.
Oh
so,
my god. Yo, that flame car, he's in the thing.
Yeah, she is. That's one of the things that like I really like about Rowlet's play is like there's a very specific moment in anything she does where you can just watch it and she's like, I have chosen violence. It's time to party.
Yeah, absolutely. Rowlet definitely picks violence. Like she has that little switch in her mind and she flips it and she's like, okay, now we go.
Yeah, Rowlet go time is just incredible. I was giving her a hard time, but when we went to see Yotaku. We went out to dinner. We had drinks. Me, Rowlet, Callisto, Shuaboo, a couple other people. But just like Rowlet left we all had a couple drinks. Rowlet came back. That was the scariest I have ever seen her. She was like, it was 2 a.m. I was getting cooked. Usually it takes the early game one. That was a great DP. I actually really like the notice on that. Has to be really careful though.
God, the
Rowlet
from halfway across the screen.
Boss Far Age, man, that thing is such a crazy button. Like, it's one of those things where like, I heard someone said like, I can't believe like you aren't whiff punishing this button, and I'm like, I've never seen that button whiff.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, what range do you have to be to make that button whiff?
Yeah, it's just it's terrifying. It's just like whoop. But usually, I think one of the things that FuseLit's doing really well in this set is just kind of controlling the chaos. Rowlet will get some really good hits in, but anytime that FuseLit really kind of takes control and actually manages to control the screen with boss buttons and with stomp, we see Rowlet struggle a little bit to break out. But now this is going to be interesting. Stomp, stare menacingly. Very good awareness from Rowlet. Catching. Yeah.
Oh, we got the hard read. Let's go, Rowlet.
Yeah. I don't even think that was the hard read. That might have just been the OS. Oh, it gets the command throw.
This won't happen again.
Rowlet kind of firing back. I'm actually really happy to see this because this is one of the sets that I saw that we had a potential for, and like I was excited. I was like, I need this. I want this. Every single time we've seen Rowlet kind of react to if she's got stocks and she's calling it out.
Speaking of the switch that we were talking about earlier, Rowlet has definitely chosen violence now.
Yeah, we're command throw. I don't think she can kill with this, but put in a guess for game situation. Oh, it's bad.
No, Rowlet. Hold it.
Unfortunate. Oh, it's unfortunate.
I respect it. She tried to wait and for an action to come, but it just lost out.
Yeah, it was a really unfortunate drop. She kind of got away with murder on that. That could have been a lot worse, but still, this has put her in a bad situation to maybe guess for me. FuseLit goes for the OD pop. What's the mix?
Gotta be so careful. Yeah, all the chip.
Yeah, unfortunate. That was just the rough thing about that, and I understand it from like a player perspective, is like losing off an input error feels the worst.
Oh,
like
yeah,
it's
it
just it's unfortunate, especially because like it's a double-edged sword. Like, one, execution is the easiest thing to fix.
Yeah.
But two, execution is the easiest thing to fix.
Yep.
So it's just unfortunate. Like, it is.
Especially when it's pretty rare. Like, I feel like we don't really see Rowlet make too many input errors. At least, like, not like huge ones that are like where you see and you're like, oh damn.
Yeah, that's the thing is like Rowlet in general is an extremely solid player. Like she's fundamentally sound. She is able to do like she's playing at a level that lets her basically control and pilot her character very well, which is a character that rewards you very well, top 1 Percy. But it's the small mistakes. It's the ability to kind of like the small mistakes can add up against that. But it's just I really like Rowlet's style as a player. As I said, she's fundamentally strong, and the ability to switch to violence, I think, is a really important thing that a Shoto player needs to have. Because you can cut through a lot of people just playing like that kind of lame, very reactive play style, punishing, like setting up fireballs, anti-airs, and all that. But like being able to pitch shift to start swinging and being able to swing correctly is, I think it's the mark of like a really good Shoto player.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Rowlet's fun as hell to watch.
Oh god, yeah. Like I saw that and I was like, I need this.
Who's in her losers run? Like, where's she gonna land in the bracket?
Probably fighting Soul Lava, right?
Oh, that'll be a funny one.
I don't
That's 2 violence players. The scores haven't been up.
Fighting Umbi.
Oh, I kind of want to pull that one from losers, but we got top 16 matches to pull. Unfortunate.
Really
we got a team kill right now, though.
Yeah, Chip and Prada. Are they gonna do the?
The funny hit him with the.
Yeah,
funny.
are they gonna do the Lunalu mirror?
I think they're going to every time. I think that's like the unwritten, but definitely written rule between the 2 of them.
Yep.
Yeah. Like they were talking at Frosty's like, good thing we didn't get pools together because that would suck having to Lunalu in pools. Like they're committed. Oh, and Prada got gag.
It's all right. We saw the round start slashes. The vibes are gonna be excellent.
Yes, absolutely. That's just really funny. That's kind of like
that's really funny. I didn't know the top hit of that cleared trap.
Incredible.
Yeah, this is just gonna be. I hope you guys are ready for some slop because, well, I say slop like Prada didn't pull his main.
Yeah. I don't know. Chip knows how to deal with Cag though. These 2 play each other enough.
Yeah, he does, but does he know how to deal with a TK? Because I think that's what we're seeing going wrong here.
Maybe not. Unfortunate.
Super unfortunate.
All right, so Prada. Oh, okay. Wake up. Go.
Oh, good call out on the spear there. That was an excellent slash. I don't even know what to call it. I barely see this character on screen, so I'm just like, I don't know. The pretty lady just started swinging.
It's like a sword now. I started swinging all over the place.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this is real DP, and then this is funny guy DP.
Yeah, that was real DP.
Yeah, that was real DP.
Yeah, it's slashes. That's what I always say whenever I watch it.
Yeah, it's just like it slashes until it's to get out of the corner, and then it's the Dandelion.
Oh man.
Yeah, this is just unfortunate.
Yeah, bad draw for Chip there. Always rough when your opponent gets the main and the little loop.
Yeah, that's one of the things is like I play Spiral a lot, and Spiral consistent. I don't know if Spiral just has incredible luck, or Spiral just just plays enough of the cast at a specific level to be good.
That seems like a Spiral thing. We're getting this matchup's really for the culture though, right here.
I don't know. The worst Belial color is on screen, so I don't know. I wouldn't say any of this is for the culture.
Oh, which one's the worst?
Chip's color.
Oh, I don't know if I agree with that statement. This has big millennial rap.
Yeah, I can't even get out of that because I'm like, yeah, I'm 30, and I'm like, no, you're just old. You're like millennial _ old.
Oh man, you know, sometimes
it's older millennial.
Yeah,
that. Don't give me real terms. I like no.
Nah, most millennials are well into their 30s at this point. That's the thing.
I can't believe they blame all the stuff kids do on us.
That's the worst part. Wow. All right, Chip answering back here, finishing that off.
Yeah, that was a really funny answer to that 2H.
Hey, it worked, so no complaints.
It's the DP after. You can't take your turn after that. I mean, you can, but what happened? meaty command throw immediately gets DP'd, and the command throw back.
That's actually like really smart from Chip because Prada loves to backshift, especially like mid-screen open situations like that.
Absolutely, he gets meter like something's coming out.
Yeah.
There was specifically a tournament that we played, and he just DM'd me after, and he was like, I was gonna rush and let God sort it out no matter what happened there. And I was like, I couldn't even be mad at it. It was just like, I mean, I don't respect this decision making, but I respect your commitment to it.
Committing to the bit. Oh no, I think that overhit was definitely supposed to be rushed. Didn't have enough meter, unfortunate. Prada gets the turnaround here though.
Yeah. Time to find out if Belial does well against Belial in the corner. Very good match out on the fireballs though. It's one thing that I think is really funny about this is like Chipmunk's awareness in this is really good. He's making some really good call outs and like actually challenging Prada on some stuff that you can't really let Belial get away with. This is gonna hurt.
Oh,
It's not gonna connect.
Yeah.
I think you have to do the 2 hits for it. I may be wrong on that one though.
Yeah, no, you're right. If you do full up.
That's unfortunate, but he doesn't need. I ain't giving him he does not need the benefit of the doubt.
No, not at all.
This is just that drill tweet is like you. In fact, you don't have to give it to him.
I think about that tweet a lot, actually.
It's really good. It's like that one and it's that one and like I kicked the barbecue over because it smacks some gender. Like those two live in my head rent free.
Oh, there's so many bangers. There's just so many.
I can't believe one man is consistently always funny.
Oh yeah, it's incredible, and it's on a shitpost account.
It's great.
It's amazing. I love every minute
It's also
of it.
great. Again, we talked about it last round, but Chipmunk's general awareness is really good. We've seen him call out a couple options very consistently, and like this twice in a row. Caught the EX stuff on the whiff button. Got the wake up super. Oh, dead. You're dead.
Yeah.
Oh no, you're not.
Yeah. So like. Chip, like as a natural born 6 player, thrives in these like high paced environments. So the fact that he's adapting to these the scramble situations doesn't really surprise me.
Yeah, that's one of the things is like Chip has the fundamentals and like kind of a general enough character knowledge to where like a Catalina pick can work even if it's not optimized. But we are seeing some chicanery in this matchup right now, and Prada, one of the few characters I don't think Prada knows how to play.
Yeah, right? Uh-oh.
Yeah, no, we're golden. Oh, no! It's failed your dust loop check. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, unfortunate.
This man saw the counter hit and was like, I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna do combos. Oh, the counter OD.
Oh! Has the life lead, has the corner position. Oh, yeah, he's the big jab? No.
He called it. Oh! He's dead. He's dead. I wanted the Callisto so bad. I don't think you understand, like...
Oh, no, I understand. Every time Callisto's on stream, I'm like, Callisto, you owe us. You owe to us. I want to see it.
Without fail, Ryan is in the chat with, you're supposed to sweep first.
I did that as Percival, actually, right before bracket started, and I was feeling pretty nice after that.
Oh man, it's really funny. I love how that is like simultaneously infected all of us with just a little bit of brain rot. Because every now and then, like when I'm playing well and I'm like, I have a lot of life. I'm
gonna try it.
I'm just gonna fuck around and find out.
Yeah. I'm absolutely gonna do that on Wake Up, or your Wake Up sometimes. Screw it.
Yeah, no, you gotta
let it
like that.
rock.
Oh man,
Chip and chat. I don't know what's going on. Let's go. No,
It's-
good stuff though. I always love watching you two play Lunaloo. The Belial matchup was actually low key pretty hype.
Dude, I can't
Yeah,
believe they got the
that-
mirror inside the mirror.
Yeah.
these two somehow just have like a market share on chicanery when they play, and I'm glad it's here.
Yeah. Yeah. And if we had two other people in this bracket who like always committed to doing Lunaloo, we would just commit to simply not putting them on stream.
Yeah, I didn't think that through when I first saw them because like, oh, Prada versus Chip will be a really interesting. No, I forgot their gimmick, so that's my fault. I'm sorry.
Hey, it was still a fun match. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm taking a look down. I'm refreshing the losers bracket to kind of give an update and see what we got. Alderon 2-1 over Obama Gaming.
Yo.
Umbi 2-0 over Rowlet. So we're gonna see the Ladiva cat matchup. Unfortunate. Kaiina 2-0 over Lunar. Fawxy 2-1 over Blue. Will be playing the winner of Prada and Soul Rava. And then right now we've got Nekotech and UberCheesecake playing. The winner of that will go on to fight Langston. That's another one I kind of wish we could see, is because I sat down and played a pretty good set with Langston over lunch. I think it was today or yesterday. I don't remember. But the glow up on that boy is incredible. Like,
Oh, that's
Yeah.
I was super impressed by what I was seeing. Like, my guy is cooking.
Langston's adjustment game was pretty good. I took the first game off him, but then I got smoked in game 3, just turned it on to 11, and I didn't really have an answer.
Yeah, like it's one of those things where like, because like as someone who's been both on the commentator side, who's been on the player side, and as someone who's commentated both like beginner and now this bracket, seeing exactly like watching these players grow is just a really fun thing to do, especially in like a newer game with this. Because so you come from like I come from Street Fighter, and there's like brackets of players, and like you see specific people in ranked, you see specific people in like the weekly locals, and it's just like you see a lot of those names because the way that everything is held off, you're just grouped that way. But for this, like, I think there's such like a really good divide between like beginner, intermediate,
Shuaboo
and
on
then like
Soriz?
Yeah. So this might be a mispick because Shu counterpicked me my Lance with Soriz.
yeah, I think one of the funniest things lately is like every time Shuaboo picks this matchup or picks this character, he just has a Twitter post of God, what's that Bloodborne boss? I'm gonna be really upset for forgetting Ludwig. He's just like my old friend. And it cracks me up every time.
Regale's another one of these players that we've seen come quite a long way in the last couple months, this past year, honestly.
Yeah, every time I agree with you. Every time I play Regale, I'm really surprised at just how much he's developed as a player. Like, he said it by Cab the other day. I didn't know who it was. I was like, who is this person with punching doing all this stuff? And I'm like, and then it's not gonna kill, but it's gonna hurt real bad.
Yeah, this is so Regale's gonna build meter. Oh no, just wakes up with buttons. Let's go.
Yeah, this is a bad situation too, because Soriz chips really well. Regale's gonna need to set up the OD situation quick.
I almost thought they were gonna gamble on overdrive and wake up.
That was a bad place to be in.
Yeah, that's good.
Setting up plus frames gets the chip damage. Yeah, I think that was actually a really good decision making from Shuaboo, because for the Soriz, I believe that's 2-1-4, and then the follow-up actually counts as a separate hit, so that the 2-1-4 pushed into the chip range, and then 2-1-4 chipped out. So
that makes sense.
Really good knowledge. That's one of those things that I think it's just really fun about fighting games, is like you see the players who calculate exactly, am I going to get super at the end of this? Am I going to get like what's going on here? And like those adaptations and like catching those are always super cool. What's not super cool is that was an ass whooping.
Yeah, that
like that went quick.
I always forget that that ground punch that is definitely plus counts as a projectile. Absolutely stuffed the rush there.
Oh, I didn't know that. I've never seen that interaction.
This was like only the third time I've seen it, but it's still a surprise, man. Oh man. Alright, Shu fighting their way out of the corner. Oh no! Ooh, that's gonna hurt.
Oh yeah. Oh, doesn't get Regale going for the spiral combo, unfortunately drops and this can go real bad real quick. Like that's the thing about Soriz that people just who aren't used to fighting it have to learn the hard way is like you guess wrong on like a meaty 2-2x, you are dead. Like just do not pass go, do not collect $200. You get cooked.
Still, Regale able to keep it together. Let's go.
Yeah, those are really so like the round before this was like that was like a discouragement round. That's a I feel bad round, but Regale coming back from it pretty well. Trying to set up the grenade, shoot Tech's out. But winning a couple of these
send Necotech to losers as well.
Yeah, 2-0 no less.
Based on how he's been playing recently, I don't think that's a surprise. Like, and especially with like Eustace is a real like Eustace has gotten the glow up. He's one of those characters that like came out was just god awful, but got stealth patched pretty much every other patch that came out since he dropped, and then now with all the new changes and all of his routing, he's like tough to master because you have to be able to use specific routing for specific situations. Once you get rolling with him, he's dangerous and he snowballs really hard. You let OD pop and he gets a confirm into SSBA, you're going for a run.
Good use of the 5U there to power up that DP. He was just gotta try to find a way to keep Regale locked down. Oh no, you let this guy in and get started. You're done.
That was so disgusting. That was didn't spend any meter, but spent 2 cooldowns and basically got full speed carry.
Yeah.
And now already has the grenade back, but burns it, doesn't get a confirm, and then goes into the follow up and doesn't
jumping over the orbs there. That could have been deadly.
A bad situation to be in right now. Regale has to guess right and guess right multiple times, or else he's broke.
That's the rush. Oh, and there it is. Just gets hit. Yeah, it didn't have nearly enough meter to try to risk the overdrive there, so you just got to block that, like you said. Try to find a spot to poke out, or you're going to die from chip very quickly.
Yeah, it was just a really unfortunate situation. Regale was playing really well, but it's one of those things when you fight a character like Soriz, is like a small mistake kind of puts you back in his offense, which a lot of his offense is being able to correctly like identify him doing something fake and call him out for it. And he's a really strong mental stat character, and you add that on top of like general net play concerns and things like that. You know, it's just just an unfortunate ride all around.
It's also I didn't realize it until you pointed it out just how much chip he does as a character.
Yeah,
I've always known it in the back of my mind, but when I stopped and I watched it this time, I was like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah,
it just keeps going.
There's like that, and then the OD patch really gave him a lot made that chip even better because now his normals are chipping you, and his normals are like. I don't think he has anything that's like busted, except for like far H as an anti-air. But, you know, his normals are decent.
They're good enough to melt your life bar. Like, it is.
I'm sorry. I saw Merp's player card and that just destroyed me.
Oh, I missed it. What did it say?
Bussy Mancer.
Oh, I love it. That's great. Sorry. I was looking at Cagliostro in the chat. This Eustace is using the reheat.
Yeah. Unfortunate.
Man, alright. Merp versus Senpai, the matchup we've seen before.
This is a matchup we've seen a lot, and it's a matchup that I think has kind of been a lot of discussion lately. I've seen a lot of the Cagliostro players say they aren't particularly fond of this. We've seen Wavy went through a little bit of an arc trying to figure out just exactly like how to deal with this and how to be better on it. And then the answer was just eventually, why even bother? I'm just gonna play Belial.
Yeah, and like the Belial's been working. One, Vortex Gallery, I think, using almost exclusively Belial, I think.
Yeah, and it's one of those things, especially like when you look at your bracket path and you look at the people you're normally going to expect to play. It's just you have your characters set up. Like when I see, like when I go into it and I look at the paths, I'm like this, and this. Here's my one Ladiva match of the night. We'll have fun.
Yeah.
But what we're seeing,
should have been thinking about that ahead. I know that Shu always counterpicks me. Should have done Percival preemptively, and then I hit rematch too hard by accident. Whoops!
Dude, that Pride rematch is like the most dangerous thing. So
I still won the first one. I took a game, so I was happy with that. But yeah, oh man, most of like
that was a really. So I think based off the spacing, I don't think that was going to cross that, which is really unfortunate. But just a bad call out. I don't. Yeah, I didn't get the initial hit, so it wasn't plus on block. So
alright, let's see if Merp can get anything going.
Very good. Gets the air stall, sets the trap up. Very good awareness from Merp. I'm curious. So Merp's kind of. I think Merp's a little bit of a late starter. Usually he's either ready to go or he like takes the game to kind of get his data. But we're seeing it right now. Just immediately, like 20 seconds in, already has like a 60% life. Or that's more like 70% life.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like once Merp gets the offense going, it's still Cagliostro and Merp is
I think it's actually a really smart OD, especially because like we see Senpai and we see like Senpai, Nekotech, and like all the players actually do really like they have setups specifically that like let them bait, block, or stuff like Seox parry and still keep their pressure. So Merp waiting a second, blocking it out, and then popping OD was really smart on his part.
Yeah, if you could find that mid-string, that's really
yeah, it's just gets the counter hit universal overhead. This is gonna hurt.
It's gonna hurt a lot. Not quite building 100 meter, but basically any rush confirm is gonna kill right here. And the spear. Ooh.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on here.
Senpai's just trying to play it safe.
Yeah.
And there it is. Now we're in it.
Yeah, it's gonna be a really interesting situation. I'm curious how Senpai's gonna adapt to this because the changes from Merp were kind of explosive. Like up until like whatever just happened there. This was a very dominant round from Merp. Gets the throw out, puts you out of the corner. I like that back shift. I was really curious if he could have probably gotten a FRH punish off of that, but it's one of those things where like you're at a funky range with Metera, so ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, that run up DP was so swaggy.
I love it. The surprise spear. Oh,
yeah, just like that. That's like that's an I'm in your head call out. Just straight up like. Just that's the most like parry me casual ass thing to do to your opponent. Oh, Merp kind of like Merp definitely ate some health there, but dodging the butterflies was like you don't get like it's not a slap on the wrist, but like you're not doing hard time, just a little bit of probation. But Senpai immediately turning up the heat after getting the confirms, getting Merp put in the corner, putting the perfect on board.
This is the scary thing about Senpai's play. You were kind of talking about this a little bit with Rowlet earlier, but Senpai knows exactly how to turn it on and off.
Yeah, when Senpai wants to close things out, he's very good at kind of hit shifting. Like I think a lot of people really identify him by like his very good power defensive play. Oh my god.
Yeah, this is.
I think that was a double perfect.
That was a double perfect.
It's unfortunate.
7 letters.
14 golden letters.
I was about to say, yeah, 14. Oh damn! All right, so that means Merp. Oh, Merp still needs one more to.
One more to top 8. We're gonna see Merp and Umbi play. Taking a look at the bracket down below. So far, Langston 2 over Professor Nekotech. We'll play MasterChipmonk for top 8. We have Merp and Umbi. Umbi taking the 2 over Alderon. We have FuseLit and Kaiina, which I think will be a really. I keep saying like I want to grab these matches because it's just like these are going to be really fun. But
dude, we're having that issue now when Rising comes out. The first few brackets, especially when it's like massive, I don't even know what we're gonna do. Like part of me wants to like prep and just have 2 streams.
I was about to say,
literally, and just
recruit Ryer to get in here.
Yeah, ask Ryer if he'll like stream one part of the bracket and stream like, because I think we're gonna have so many sick matches. Just pull from losers or something.
Yeah, I think when it like I've said it before, but I really hope this game launches either 3 months before or after Street Fighter, so it's not competing.
Well, it can't. There's no way they're gonna launch it at the same time.
Yeah, they cannot. Like,
the fact that we don't have a hard date yet means like Q4 2023 for sure.
That's what I said, but people are like, no, it's gonna come out way earlier. There's no, it's got to be
no. They're gonna want to market it once the release date comes out, right?
No way.
Say stealth drop Granblue Rising. Yeah, hell yeah.
We'll see,
dude,
see.
They have to drop a part so I don't go bankrupt. Like, I have to buy so many copies of these games. They can't drop at the same time.
If they drop at the same time, you're gonna see Imp making multiple GoFundMe's to keep their head above water.
Oh man, no, I completely understand. I recently got a tournament set up just to kind of have as like just a thing to have because it's important. I found like a new inbox, one of those Star Wars PS4 Pros.
Hell yeah.
And it was just one of those things I saw it and I was like, oh, this is really funny specifically to me.
Yeah.
But I had to go back and like buy a bunch of DLC for stuff that I'd bought on PC, but I didn't have on console. So it was like, oh, there's two KOF season passes. I have to buy. I have to get the second season pass for Guilty Gear. It added up to like $120 real quick.
Yeah, it ain't cheap. It is not cheap, yo. So before we get into these next matches, don't forget we got 9 codes left. And we got plenty of people in chat. So
yeah, what's that? 91 people, I think it says watching right now.
Listen, we got 91 people, so those 9 codes should be gone, like gone in a couple seconds. But we also have the Jawa survey. It's 50 cents. It's 5 questions and like a fill in the blank, which it's basically just asking like, did you build your PC or did you buy it? So I think it's just like, it's really quick. It's a really good way to put 50 cents into the pot. You know, we got 90 people here. If everyone does it, $45.
That's true.
Yeah, there we go. They're coming in now.
We do have stretch goals. Just as a reminder, so if we hit 150, top 4 gets paid out. 320, top 6, 660, top 8.
And I mean, honestly, like that $45, we're at 75. That puts us at 120. We're 30 away from a top 4 payout.
Yep.
Damn. All right. We'll get there. We'll get there.
I feel like we almost always get there with Granblue, to be honest.
Yeah, that's one of the things that always continues to surprise me about this community is just like the general dedication and like the love of like supporting everyone. It's every time like I log in and I'm like, why is this $800? Like, what the hell's going on here? And it's just like, oh, it's payday for a lot of people. Stuff's getting real funny, but you do as you do. But you know, I again, I think it says a lot to the dedication of this community. And we were just talking about Rising. I'm really glad to see that dedication got honored. Like I'm really happy to see that the people who weighed in, the people who like believed in this got what they deserved.
Oh, absolutely.
Bisu, you bought a car with Granblue money. Get out of here. Get. I don't want to hear this. I'm sorry you had to pay taxes.
Yeah. Yo, so update from the loser side. Langston taking it 2-1 ownership.
Yeah, okay. I'm not particularly surprised by that outcome. I'm really excited to watch some Langston run. I hope that he's able to perform well in top 8. Yeah. I love seeing Merp. You know, I love Umbi to death. Like that is my child, and I love her to death. But I'm here for Langston gaming.
Langston time though. Sorry, kids.
53 is.
We've been seeing Xerom versus Senpai much earlier than usual recently.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of, just in terms of placements, and I think a lot of people who've jumped in and who are working through it basically are like, a lot of the seating and a lot of the tones feel like they're changing because we had that solid like 3 to 4 month span where Senpai was just winning everything. Yeah, and then. Now we've seen Xerom take a couple wins. We've seen Shuaboo jump back in. We've seen Axon come in and just start cooking. And like we
literally, like I was asking you guys before this. I was like, who is don't block low? I just see them winning everything.
My bad, Xerom. I'm talking about in the last couple of months. Don't get on my ass.
last couple
Nah,
months.
Xerom's
the zombie
taking
move
fair
arc
share of
as
that.
well.
Yeah. I think that's always how it feels like these things go. Is like there's a really good period where like a couple very strong players are dominant, and then I don't want to say cracks, but like you see people start really just getting an idea of how to deal with that, and we see like it just keeps changing and it keeps changing, and we see new players rise up, which I think is really healthy for our community.
Regale, you made a great run. You were playing really well today, from what I saw on stream.
Sent Neko to losers too. That's
My
Neko,
boy.
Neko gets top more often than not. So
Unaka squad cooking.
Unaka, hell yeah! All right.
It's the only thing I like about that game.
Oh man, you don't like Louise, dude? Louis?
I like how busted Louise is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
Slap Sigurd on there, just my boy's zooming.
Yeah, it's absurd. Man, so when's the last time we've seen this match? I feel like it's been a while. Shuaboo versus
Well, not even that. We saw it recently at Frosty Frosting when these two played. This is a top 16 run back.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. That's crazy. So obviously Shuaboo lost in that matchup.
But one of the things that if you follow Jared or if you follow Shuaboo on Twitter, you just kind of listen to a lot of the things he's been through. Especially after that, he's between Senpai and between he's been working very hard kind of to solve this matchup. It's something I've been doing too, but we see a lot of that work pay off in some of his decision making. Unfortunately, that's just a situation where Shuaboo lost control of that. Unfortunately, just kind of had to deal with the consequences of it. Once Metera gets started, she can snowball and like kind of tear you up really quickly. But ooh, excellent! I was curious if that was going to kill, but goes ahead, gets the counter hit routing into the 2M and then the EX claw. Excellent awareness from Shuaboo.
And that's just that kind of tenacity, something we see, something that you've talked about actually before. It's like doesn't matter how much health you have, you play right till the very end because you never know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, like I mean that's just kind of how I feel about fighting games. Until that screen says I lost, I ain't dead.
Yeah, and we've seen you make some ridiculous comebacks because of that. It's crazy.
But
see if Shuaboo can make one right now. Cause
no, that's the one thing I'm kind of. Oh man, Shuaboo got away with murder there.
Absolutely.
Oh, unfortunate. Granblue goes for one half of the Granblue handshake, and unfortunately isn't met.
Axel just utilizing that good old Metera 2M.
Yeah, that button's just so. Like every Metera medium normal is just crack.
Yeah, absolutely.
I really like. So one of the things I'll say is I actually really like how Shuaboo is using Meter in this. We see a lot of we see it especially in this corner using the new routing from the recent patch updates to kind of cycle cooldowns better, which I think is really important for 6. Before this, I was very much of kind of the belief that like the meter burn is really, really important for like Super, but starting to see just kind of that continued offense and getting back a little bit of what he lost for from the original OD backshift and launch changes is really important for him. But the other side of that too is we've seen Axon just when Axon gets control, it is so vicious. Like Shuaboo makes a mistake and then just eats. Shuaboo makes a mistake or lets Metera get started and just eats damage after damage after damage, and it is just those butterfly setups are so powerful in this game, especially with how much meter they build for her on hit and on block.
Yeah, absolutely. And then if you manage to poke out, hey, I got all this meter. I can choose to rush out of pressure. I can choose to overdrive. That's something we see a lot of Metera is really good. Oh, that's gonna hit.
I didn't think that was gonna hit.
I didn't either. I'm like,
I was waiting for this. I was looking for the spot dodge because I knew that was kind of a chip that would have probably put in like right close to a chip situation if it didn't. But Shuaboo showing straight showing the adaptation he's made.
And this is set point right here. Axon went from straight up winning and I think making it in Winterside last week to potentially facing not even making Winners Finals. We'll see though.
hey, sometimes you miss winners finals, but you make it to grand. You know, you kind of pick the balance, but unfortunately, yeah, like that's one of those things. Xerom makes like some crazy runs, and like sometimes things just go wrong early on, and then you start cooking.
Yeah, speaking of cooking, Axon finally getting it started here in round 2.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot. I think we're seeing a lot more of Axon kind of trying to make some harder rollouts, but unfortunately, goes for the bad anti-air, doesn't get it, gets clipped by the 214H, and then just gets cooked.
Whew. All right, so that means Shuaboo is saving us from the Metera Ditto in winners finals, thankfully. So that is, you know,
we're freed from it this week. But I do want to shout out some of the things that Axon was really doing, because so we see a 2-0 on there, and it's easy to look at that score and just be like, it's a wash, but so many of those situations were neck and neck, just a split decision cost either player, and Shuaboo was just able to clinch it out in a really was able to clinch it out in a way that mattered.
Mm-hmm.
But we've seen Axon make really strong comebacks from losers. Going to be fighting the winner of Langston and Umbi.
Yeah,
so,
top 8 is looking very, very, very stacked.
Yeah, this is going to be a really interesting bracket. So while these two are loading up, in the lower side bracket, we have Langston and Umbi. Then on the other side, we have Kaiina and Prada. The winner of Langston and Umbi will go on to fight Don't Block Low, Axon Star, and the winner of Kaiina and Prada will fight the loser of this.
Battle 1. Engage.
So this is the classic right here. It's Xerom and SenpaiSpyder.
Yeah, we're seeing we're seeing it already, but one thing that I think Xerom's really good in this matchup is just being able to kind of walk his way down and call things out. But it looks like I'm wondering if there's like some minor issues with some pulse controller, or just something's going real weird with the connection. So we've seen a couple of moments where he just stops. Like nothing's happening, just standing still. So I'm just curious if there's like some technical issues going on. Yeah, we saw it right there. But gets the doesn't need the butterfly confirm, sets it off, tries to go for the Oki. Unfortunately, gets hit with the uppercut for chip damage.
That is the worst feeling when you block the DP and get chipped out anyway.
And it's her DP has a lot of hits to it too, so like it's got more of the chip, and like it's just you have to like dodge it and do a couple of things specifically correctly to get correct by it. So it's just Senpai really kind of put to a challenge situation.
You know, one of the strengths of this character for sure. Oh, that's one way to deal with DP. Oh
yeah,
my goodness.
That was an impressive punish on that.
Pops the overdrive. So this is what I was talking about earlier. Like, congratulations, you got out of pressure. You managed to rush Metera down. There's metered options there to get you right back off now.
I mean, that's the thing I've been saying about the post rush backshift OD patch is like, it really does, with the way that Metera builds meter, it really does kind of take away the traditional zoner dynamic where like, if you get in on her, you're supposed to be able to that ass, but unfortunately now, like if you don't get in the correct way, she's got meter to bust out pretty quickly, which means you have to lay your offense in a way that may not be particularly optimal.
Yeah.
Speaking of optimal, Xerom with the smooth punish there. I really like that close him into SBA for that. Excellent situational awareness.
Yeah, game 1 going to Xerom here. We'll see what the no,
there it is again. Something's definitely going on, which is really unfortunate.
Oh man.
I know Senpai is a pad player. I've been a pad player, I was a pad player for 2 years of this. Sometimes things just break, and it's really unfortunate.
Oh yeah. Been there before. Still, they're opted to play it out, which means that there's some level of confidence here.
Yeah, like we saw that last match, and that was not a free win.
No,
Senpai is definitely still playing the game.
Most definitely. And they got 50 meter here too. So, trying to schmoove right out. Let's go. That's gonna cost you though.
Yeah, we've seen that both times where Senpai will try to bust out or try to use like movement to bust out to save meter, and Xerom was just ready with the counter pit or with the counter to it.
I I'm almost wondering if that's like Senpai getting too much in his own head, like not going for his normal options, you know? But
yeah, it's really unfortunate. I think just kind of some whatever technical issues are going on. It's just some bad, like you're having to deal with that on top of like specific decision making.
And you have to fight Xerom.
Yeah, and you have to fight like a multiple tournament winner, like very strong player.
Arguably like the best remaining Charlotta player left.
I don't see that many. It's like him and Soul Raba. It's like him and Soul Raba. And,
this guy's had a couple pretty good showings, and I guess Alex Smith, but
I haven't seen either of them in our bracket, so I apologize if I apologize for like player erasure right now. It's just
it's all right.
Calls him as he sees him.
It's impossible to remember everybody. Believe me.
Oh, did he block? Unfortunately, gets clipped.
SenpaiSpyder able to stay alive, just barely, but they're holding on.
That's one of those things that like we've talked about it. Oh yeah, Alex was it Frost? I forgot to say hi. That's one of the things that Senpai, I think, one of the things that sets Senpai apart from the other Meteras is we've joked about it, but like he wants to do everything but block. Like he'll burn meter, he'll do OD, like he'll do wake up super, and because he conditions you with the other options that are still mind you, like we're joking about not blocking, but OD and rush when used correctly are like safe, good options to bust out. But in that instance, just unfortunate. And those options condition you to where you're not thinking about the wake up SBA.
Absolutely. And the fact that Senpai's managed to like really make the most out of every hit has been such a big deal in this matchup. Because I mean, before the rush changes, like you didn't get anything off anti-air far M. Now we just watched Senpai get like a nice 30-40% combo off that.
Yeah. So obviously Percival benefited really well from the new mechanics patch. But I think Metera is like firmly in second place because every single one of those mechanics benefits her in a way, and her meter gain was already pretty ridiculous. So it's if you let her get going, she almost always has like 50 to 100 meter.
Metera at a top level is not like a low tier.
No, and like I don't think Metera has been bad.
Yeah.
Like I honestly don't think Metera has ever been bad. But
okay.
Xerom making the very swift adjustments. That last game went a little wacky schmackety, but got in, kept the pressure going, and just cranked it up until Senpai made a mistake, and we saw it happen.
Yeah, Xerom definitely knows how to play around this matchup. A couple like key jumps. We don't see Xerom like jump a lot in neutral. Obviously that's a risk, but once you get in the corner right there, that requires a hard call out from SenpaiSpyder, and Xerom is just able to layer on the mental stack with all these options. So.
Yeah, that's one of the things I think Xerom is particularly skilled at as a player is like once he locks you down, the mix between like general strike throw, the fact that Charlotta normal throw is just really good, and then having to judge sort of Lumiel, and then judging demon flip follow-ups. It's just Xerom has gotten really good at like creating that really violent mental stack, and Charlotta is a character that hits hard. So the point, like when you get got, you're getting got.
Yeah. And she definitely snowballs.
Yeah,
like in the
and
most
like Xerom's play style in general is,
we keep bringing it up, but like especially with OD, a lot of characters have really strong snowball potential now. You know, that first week of that we saw like 90 or 9,000 damage Voss combos. So it's just I don't want to call it a V trigger because I don't think it's as explosive or as divisive of that, but it rewards you for making really good decisions with a lot of damage. So we are moving over to the loser side.
Yeah, we got Langston versus Umbi.
Ooh, this is going to be really good. We're going to see... So obviously we're going to have Xerom and Shuaboo in winners finals. On the loser side, the winner of Langston Umbi will go on to fight Don't Block Low, Accent Star. And the other side of the bracket, we have Kaiina and Prada, who will go on to fight SenpaiSpyder.
Katalina
So real quick before we start, Umbi has not lost a game, not a match, a game since losing to Chip and Winners. 2-0'd Odd Toaster, Rowlet, Alderon, and Merp. That is very impressive.
That's the thing about Umbi, and I think in terms of her strength as a player, she's just like you see the anime fighting like stat graph. Like I think all of hers are like equally rounded. You know, she has a couple things where she has a couple moments where she'll get a little bit impatient or kind of make a bad decision, but otherwise like very solid. Gets her anti-air, just good at confirming, and manages to make when Cat does hit you, she hits you hard.
Yeah, definitely able to make the most of her hits. Case in point right here, that was basically 2 interactions, and that's it. Umbi cooks Langston on that first game, or first round, excuse me.
And like especially now with Cat being able to bully with space thrust, and kind of bully with space thrust and be able just to manage space a lot better and kind of pressure you a lot better. It's so much easier for her to get into the death zone where she hits you for a second. Langston going with the clash, rushes after it, but unfortunately doesn't get the confirm off of it, which loses a little bit of pressure, but now he's got to be careful. He's in the one, or no, I'm actually wrong. I was looking at the wrong health bar. Umbi is kind of on life right now. Langston playing really well and working his way out to excellent, very excellent playing the neutral. Like, oh, badly space rush. Umbi trying to bully and kind of take some space back, but doesn't judge it right enough, and Langston gets the poke out. This is going back and forth. This is a really close match in terms of the two players.
Yeah, Percival, like we talked about earlier, like one of the best characters in the game. But Katalina could play in this matchup now. You know, this isn't too terrible.
Post-patch Katalina has gotten a lot stronger. Her and Gran both definitely got like the touch-ups they needed. So now they're playing a little bit. They're not playing the same game that like Percy and Belial and Djeeta are playing, but they're playing a game. Like they're having a good time.
Most definitely. Langston trying to find a way out here. He's just doing a great job of bullying. Rush confirmed. That should be dead right there.
So I mentioned it with Rowlet earlier, but Umbi's really good at kind of switching the tone. Like she's able to adapt between like kind of aggressive bullying and using Stinger to get space, and then being able to kind of, depending on her opponent, wall them out and just wait for them to make mistakes so she can hit them for a lot of damage. So it's something that I think that she excels in, that makes her, like we said earlier, a very consistent and very strong shoulder play.
She's also really good at utilizing, like, varying her light wall timing for either follow-ups or to run away, where her opponent is just not ready for it more often than not. It's kind of absurd how consistent she is.
Yeah, it's like, I think that's when you think about what, like, everyone kind of has like a thing they do with their character that, you know, is the unique identifier. Callisto is Sweep SSBA, and I think Umbi's light wall usage is how I'd classify that. But
Definitely.
Umbi using a routing, using that light wall, and getting to the set point.
Is Umbi gonna continue the 2-0 streak? Question mark.
Wow. Unfortunately, does not get punished for that, but I do not think that was spaced well.
There it is, light wall once again. Langston takes the throw though, wakes up a Farrell, and runs right into the stop sign. Oh, no.
This is it. I think this is it.
Yeah, that's
the kill. Yeah, that's dead. Yeah. Doesn't get the animation, but gets what it needs.
Incredible. So Umbi is continuing. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 2-0s in a row. And now you have to play a #1 seed Accent Star.
Yeah, you know, I'm curious to see how that's going to go. I think that's going to be a really good match. But
I was on Callisto's Twitter earlier, and I believe he said that is an even matchup. And we know Umbi knows how to play that matchup, because I think we've seen Umbi beat Nekotech and SenpaiSpyder separately before.
Yeah, yes. Umbi on a good day can play the Metera matchup really well. It's just a matter of making that good day the constant.
Yeah, and that's the hardest part for anybody, right? Like, just being consistent in these friggin' games. Like, it's insane.
Yeah, we talked about it earlier. There's like, there's that level. It's like good player, inconsistent, and then good player. So bridging that gap, I think the things that Umbi are doing and the way that she's playing are the things that are going to bridge that gap for her.
She's been getting more and more consistent in general. Like, I feel like she's been breaking it at top 8s a decent amount recently, I feel like.
Yeah, usually through like an absurd losers run. It's kind of crazy. Yo, we
have one match Reno code left.
Yeah, we still got one left.
And we're just over halfway to top 4 payout. I want to keep the Granblue record going of hitting top 4 payouts.
Yeah, so obviously $150 gets us the top 4 payout. We have, as you can see, we have the Jawa survey, 6 questions. Basically just asking if you ever built a PC before. Again, we have those last couple codes. That's like $2. So now this is the matchup I was actually really interested to see, because Kaiina coming back for Rising, kind of reestablishing himself as a player. And this is largely considered to be one of Cagliostro's worst matchups.
Yeah.
I believe the consensus is her and Fairy. So one thing I'm really curious to see is, one, how well Prada plays it, and two, how well Kaiina plays it, and if he's able to maximize on the things that make Bubs good points.
Oh, there's karma though.
Yeah, very good call out on that. It's the shimmy.
Yeah, this is where
Prada has to be careful.
Gets the back.
Good call out on the shimmy. That's one thing that Kaiina really likes to do. Using that really funny Bubs walk speed to get the shimmy on you, but unfortunately, fool me once, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. And Prada is not here to get shamed tonight.
About 3 times though.
We don't talk about that. But Kaiina turning up the heat after that last match, and I think that's actually a really good pace change, because when Prada was, Prada is a character that I think, like, when he has his momentum and when he's willing to play, he is just cooking. It's just a matter of him actually maintaining that. So playing against Prada is specifically working to try to deny, like, the prize. And
that's breaking out of Prada's layer 1 is, how do you deal with their opportunity to make yourself known, basically.
Absolutely. And I really like, calls it out.
So that's a big thing that I think really gives Bubs a huge advantage in this matchup. Like, a lot of characters, if you don't know exactly where Gag gonna come out, 2H can be very risky. Bubs 2H is huge. So
Absolutely.
You don't have
that
risk.
It's that and Voss 2H just competing for, like, I'm gonna hit half the screen, parry this casual.
Yeah, for real. And I think that's one of those things, like, if Kaina's able to really...
Oh, that was a really smart super jump back to deal with a dive kick or to anticipate it.
Wow. Powering up.
That's unfortunate.
Fading the DP back to back. Good stuff from Prada.
I understand why Kaiina made the decisions that he made there. Prada was really close. Like, Prada just popped OD.
Yep.
Kaiina was really close to chip range. I think the next block string would have been the checkmate. So you really just kind of have to gamble on it and let God sort it out.
All right. So Prada taking that first game off to a early lead here. Ooh, that's a big hit though. Yeah, get the teleport OP.
Kaiina really varying up some of the options in terms of the fireball pressure. I actually really like watching him use the charge black fly right there, and Prada not a little bit afraid to call it out, but good usage of the 2H to just get rid of the traps. I think that's one thing that I think that Beelzebub really excels in this matchup is, one, his 2L is a really good trap clearing button. 2M clears traps very well. He can use Karma. He can use a lot of different options, really just to kind of deny her the spacing and deny her the option to use them.
My God, anti-air spear to come through.
That was so unfortunate.
Yeah, had the right idea there.
I think if Kaiina had timed that a little bit sooner, it would have cut through.
Yeah, absolutely.
But caught the late star was a little too high for it. But Kaiina managing to work his way out, goes for the meaty. It's excellent. Very good routing from Kaiina, being able to maximize on the lights. Burns the 50 meter, even though it's not a lot of damage, but you do what you gotta do to close out.
Yeah, absolutely. They got a chance right here. It's, can you keep the offense going? There it is. All right.
We've seen it every time. Prada kind of tries to take space back and control with air teleport and does not let it happen. Kind of is not letting it happen.
And that was one of like Prada's that really lost them games like a couple months ago, right? Which is the overcommitment to some of these teleports out. And he's cleaned it up a lot in the past couple months, but kind of still calling out.
Did I just see 2M not clear those traps? Was I mistaken?
No, I think I saw that too. I'm not 100% sure.
I'm really surprised about that. But I'm gonna check that out later. I'm actually kind of curious about that.
Yeah, get us the knowledge.
Battle 1.
Absolutely.
All right,
but kind of managing to tie it up, and took some time off to play other games. Wasn't dealing with the delay base, but coming back and swinging. We've seen Prada in top 8s, we've seen Prada in grand final sets a lot, but kind of managing to hold his own and make it look just vicious. I'm really surprised we didn't get the character pick, counter pick from Prada.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess wants to play it out. Maybe doesn't get this matchup a whole lot. There's not a whole lot of Bubs left, so definitely glad to see kind of bringing Bubs back.
Yeah, I like this character a lot. I've thought about kind of messing around with him and picking him up. When I was looking at secondaries for Ladiva, he was on the list.
Yeah.
But he's just super cool, and two, he's just such a nasty character. Like when he hits you, it just feels gross.
Oh yeah, when you get hit by like raw karma, that's not a good feeling.
No,
unless
it's
you're playing
not.
Bubs, then it's a great feeling.
Oh yeah, absolutely. One thing the one thing I think that like really defines this set and the things that are making Kaiina do as well as he is he's like his situational awareness is phenomenal. He's been so good at disrupting things like things like EX teleport and calling out a lot of air stalls with 2H. Just absolutely like managing to control the space against Cagliostro and deny the really oppressive like control that she has over neutral, and especially when she gets put.
Using dive kick really well in some of these situations too, whether it's like as a movement option or to stuff Prada trying to get away with something. There's been a couple of
just about every time we've seen it. Doesn't get the wall shift on this, but takes the Oki, managing to keep a corner.
Kaina's like
Immediately.
finding these holes in Prada's air on their own offense where they're like, okay, here's a spot you could jump. It feels like it's baked into the offense. It's nice. Okay, you didn't jump this time, I'll let you go.
Yeah, and we're seeing him take advantage of the mental stack too. Like, this is an instance where Kaiina is very clearly established that he is going to play his game. And once Prada kind of gets taken out of it, Kaiina is just running at it. Like, doing a lot of specific callouts, trying to deal with teleports and everything he can, and just absolutely playing well. But this is a bad situation to be in, kind of stuck between the traps and dealing with stuff. Oh, that's unfortunate. Go.
Oh, push back. That was the right answer. I love the thought from Prada there, because if that hits, like counter hit or not, you won. That's it. Game over.
We haven't seen Prada use that a whole lot in this set, so I think that was actually a really good way to kind of close things out. And like, especially late game when you're stressed, you're in the corner dealing with a lot of stuff against Cagliostro. That overhead is like really hard to like see coming and deal with.
Speaking of overheads, that could have been much worse for Prada, right?
Oh yeah, Prada kind of got away with Prada kind of got lucky there, but
Yeah.
managing to kind of take it back, it's just goes for it again.
Oh, gonna have to switch back to the meaty game. It looks like you're just frame trapped because Kaiina is not respecting anything.
Yeah, I think it's hit a point where Kaiina's made Prada afraid to do his pressure and kind of run some of his normal setups and tricks. So Prada's kind of having to adjust on the fly.
Oh,
Do a DP out. Don't even entertain it. Got the hit. Didn't hit it.
Oh, is that it? That's it.
Yeah, that's
Yo,
it.
you're dead. Oh no.
That was so smart too, because at the routing that it was in, unless SBA wouldn't have gotten the full hit and probably wouldn't have killed. So kind of burning the 50 meter to properly get the conversion and then just cash everything he had out. Just we said it, but like situational awareness and being able to make the right decision in the right time was so important for Kaiina in this set.
And now they get to move on and face off against SenpaiSpyder, which that's going to be. We don't get to see that matchup very often.
No, we don't.
Yeah, I'm actually really curious to see how Bubs deals with that.
Yeah, same.
Because I know her EX Fireball or her EX arrows do really good against him and can kind of push and deal with some things. But it's just he's got that same spatial control that he can use to deal with Cag, and I'm really curious to see how this is going to go.
I think we're going to see more insane dive kicks, and I have a funny feeling that's going to be well. And
No, I
like
believe you. I
kinda,
believe you. I'm looking forward to it.
Just the way Kaiina was using that to not only navigate the screen, but like use that to just straight up cover a couple options was very impressive. I'm gonna need to like go back and watch that whole
Yeah,
set.
I think that's definitely a highlight set. That's just a lot of I know how to play this matchup. I'm comfortable. I understand my my spacing options, and I've gotten a read on your habits enough to where we're gonna scrap.
Yeah. And Prada played that honestly like really well for a matchup as bad as that was.
Yeah, again, that's generally considered to be Cagliostro's worst matchup, and Prada played well. Took it to last game, last set, but just unfortunately was not able to close out.
And it boiled. I could talk about that all night. Let's let's talk about some Umbi.
Yeah, it's Umbi time, but it's one of those things. I have to be a little bit careful. I have a clear bias. That is my child, but
that's all right. I'm all about the bias.
I'm gonna try to be fair. That was actually a really good jump out from Umbi, recognizing the arrows and being able to kind of work out of it. But we're seeing right now where she's taking the pressure and being able to kind of play a bit more aggressive against Metera, which I think is working out really well. Seeing a lot of space thrust and a lot of just screen control options that are working out for them in the long run.
Waiting out the Zephyr there too. A lot of players can't really adjust to how Senpai uses that to get out of the corner, but Umbi's waiting right out. Gonna get forced back into that corner, unfortunately.
Yeah, this is a really dangerous place because as we've seen, anytime the don't block low just manages to get started, it's just a wall of him. Like once his momentum is just kicking in, he is so incredible about like just cranking up the pressure and finding the way to make you block wrong and before it.
And you have to be really careful if you want to try to DP out too. You were kind of talking about this earlier, but a lot of these Metera players have like baked in anti-OD, anti-DP, like pressure setups basically, or pressure extensions.
And that's one of the things. This is a very tech-heavy character. It's why you see a lot of the Metera players are really good tech specialists and character specialists. There's a lot of things. Excuse me, that was improper. There's a lot of things that this character does in a lot of ways that you can structure her offense to be oppressive, and Accent Star or Don't Block Low is really good. Like that's one of the things. Like on the defensive situations, we see a lot of bust outs, kind of a bit of an unwillingness to deal with some things, but.
This is how it starts, Seth.
Yeah, this is bad. Why one more jump scare?
No! One more. Backing off. Overdrive. No, I like that decision.
Oh, that was a checkmate situation. Unfortunate. Axon was put into a situation of, Axon was just put in a situation where like pop OD super or die and just chose to block.
Yeah, like you said, it was checkmate. That was it right there.
Axon taking that last round a little bit to heart and kind of starting off smooth, managing to keep the offense and is just going at it. Like this is rotating options really well. We see stuff like the TK EX arrow and just
that walk under. Oh, sorry. That just
no. It's no. Call it out. Like that was sick.
That was so sick.
It was. But now we've seen it. Axon being able to just start up and have like a really violent, like just that violent explosiveness that I think really defines Metera now. Just straight cooking.
Absolutely. And that's going to be the first game going to Axon right here. Yeah, we'll turn it up to
and we're seeing it now. Like the adaptation from Axon is now just kind of do a lot of things and do not let up, because this is where Umbi starts to shine. We saw that was a wrong interaction. Axon's okay.
Yo!
It's gonna hurt.
Well, we saw Umbi do that last week a few times, like really getting a read on where these players wanted to try to rush out of pressure, just straight up punishing with spot dodge. Good stuff.
Umbi with the zoomer reactions, like do not.
Yeah.
Like still got the light in her eyes. Hasn't hit like the upper half of 20, so able to like. Yeah, I watched that happen. We cook.
Still, oh no! Axe and anti-airing with the far M. That was still like as well as Umbi played that. Axe and Ants were right back.
I said it earlier, but like Metera, all Metera M normals are just kind of correct.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, very good air throw. Situational awareness from Axon was really smart. Saw the jump out earlier from Umbi to kind of get away from arrow pressure and immediately was ready for it.
You gotta hold this pressure though.
Yeah.
Once again. Oh no, that was a huge drop though.
Oh,
okay.
Why are you mashing?
That worked.
This is not gonna kill, but it's gonna put Umbi in a really good situation. Oh, that was easy input.
Yeah. I think Umbi just
bad. Yeah.
Damage into the breath, but
that's unfortunate.
No! Once
Doesn't
again.
get the anime. Oh my gosh.
There it is. All right. Oof.
Yeah,
Scary.
that was really unfortunate. Excellent. So I think the big thing that we said it earlier, Axon Star really good at maintaining pressure and just ratcheting it up, being able to like put the screws into you and just killing it. But the other thing that kind of turned that around, especially we saw Umbi was very strong that first game and had sparks of it in the second. But at the tail end of that, just the small adaptations of being able to call stuff out, getting the air throw, getting the specific setups and being able to deal with it, I think that's what pushed Axon over in this situation.
Yeah.
Umbi, unfortunately, out in 5th place, fought hard through that bracket. You know, we're always happy to see you. Now we are going to SenpaiSpyder and Kaiina.
Yeah, so we might still see the Metera mirror just on loser side, depending on the results of this next one. Although
that's true.
Yeah, I am very excited to see this because I feel like
we don't.
Bubs has ways to kind of skip through a lot of Metera's zoning tools if she's not careful.
Yeah, and I think this is really going to be on. Well, I can't imagine either one of these players aren't familiar with the matchup.
Yeah.
But
I haven't seen Bub Sauce in a long time.
Yeah, there's a couple of routing options that kind of was doing, like especially we saw EX Karma jump you into dive kick. Every time I see that route, I'm just like, oh,
it's so cool.
It's just the Birdman hand rub gift. Just I love seeing it.
Hell yeah.
While we wait, though, I'm gonna shill the match arena one more time. We are out of codes, but we got a ton of sponsor quests still left. We're at $80 right now, so 53.4% of the way to top 4 payout. Like I said, my goal for 2023 is to hit top 4 payout for all the brackets we're running, and I think we're pretty much there. We might have missed one, I'm not sure. But for the most part, we're there. So yeah, definitely visit the link, do some of the sponsor quests. If you want, you can scroll down, buy a Masher tee or an MWA hoodie. Those are also other ways to contribute. $10 into the pot per hoodie, $4 per shirt. Or of course, there's always direct donations if you're so inclined.
Got a Linux sitting there at 2025. Do you really want to let that man hold second place?
Yeah.
Technically first, because the initial donation is from Imp, so that's like the bracket runner. Come on. Like,
yeah, that bracket.
You're really gonna let this man cook?
Yeah. And I'm always cooking something, but usually it's just pizza. So.
And Imp, while we're here, man, let's see that. Show the people that shirt. Flex that chest a little.
Dude, it's a sick shirt. I actually really like it a lot. It's mad comfy. It's got I can actually read you the
Have you considered doing a long sleeve variant?
I have actually. That's super easy to put together.
You get this long sleeve stuff out of here. I don't want sleeves. Give me the tank. Give me the tank top. I want the real slutty like open back tank top.
Give me the tank top. Yeah, that's true. Actually, every time Boston Blue Beat makes new merch, they just understand that either they need to make me a tank top or I will cut the sleeves off. And I think I should.
Oh God! when we went to Daytona, I got this like really god awful meme fighting game shirt that I cut the sleeves off of, and it's just like it's a picture of young Justin Wong in front of a Fast and the Furious car, and it just says R.I.P. Paul Walker.
No, dude, I make the worst fucking typos every single time I type anything in Granblue. Anytime I'm
It's a
running
shit
Granblue,
text.
That's the shirt.
Got my
text.
shit text and I put it on my shirt.
Lennox, I want to know why your default was a southern accent for that. You got something? You got something to say? That's what I thought.
Come to my. Never mind. Roll Tide. Oh. That's all I have to say about that. Anyway,
I'm not doing another 30 minutes of football talk with you.
Oh man, it's funny. I don't even like Alabama. Roll Tide has just evolved into something.
It is such a stupid, easy thing to say when you're just like trying to be ignorant. Like it's just
and that's like, what it's come to. I used to only say that when I was like mocking Southern racists, you know. But it's such a catch-all for all kinds of ignorant.
It is just like a 2-word phrase for I'm being disrespectful.
Yeah, at this point, yes.
It's like that and go. It's that and go Pats. The only two you need.
There it is. I was waiting for it.
You know, I've been really restrained. I've been really restrained tonight. You know, I want my credit for it, but I had to get my one.
No, it's all right. We made it well into top 8 without you calling me a cracker or a honky, so we're doing pretty good.
You know, you're giving away the finale talk. But speaking of finale talk, Senpai playing the zoning game really well against Bubs. I think one of the things we've seen is just using Zephyr to keep out, and now that Kaiina has the there it is, immediately bust out. Now that Kaiina has the options to get in. Oh, I got so scared when I saw that clash. I was like, she can't keep getting away with it.
No. It's Bubs, maybe. Maybe the answer is yes.
Unfortunately, it just gets shipped out. A couple bad interactions went wrong there, but kind of showing the patience to work his way in and get in on Metera. It's just a matter of like properly executing. It's like we said earlier, you know, the traditional zoner dynamic is you get the right call, you get in, you beat on them, but with Metera and with the new mechanics, it's just, whoops, sorry, I busted out. Hate to tell you about it.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do all that work over again. All right.
Yeah, absolutely. One thing I want to say that I mentioned earlier, I really like Kaina's routing, but I also like his pressure stance. The way he's willing to kind of deal with stuff in the way he's like very adamant about mixing it up and messing with the stack, I think is really good and is really defining him as a player right now.
So Senpai's movement is like getting stuffed this round. Round 1, it was kind of incredible.
Yeah, I think Kaina's a little bit of a slow starter too. It takes him a second to really get an idea of like how to interact and work with your stuff. And against Metera, that can be really dangerous just because of how explosive a character she is. So right now it's just a matter of like, how do I deal with these things? But unfortunately, just a couple of bad decision making from Kaiina, and Senpai able to really quickly just capitalize on it. Gets the empty low, finishes it off, uses the rush, burn it out.
That's the Senpai class. If you got to play it perfectly, because if there's any holes, he gonna find them.
Yeah, Senpai. I used to think that Senpai was just the best masher of all time, but like his awareness and being able to call stuff out is incredible. And I think there are a lot of things that I think really define Senpai as a player, but a lot of the way he's playing recently is just like very high level, willing to work his way in, and like very, very high game knowledge.
And willing to like use that knowledge to alter his game plan for either like the character matchup or the player matchup. Like I don't know. Overall, I've been very impressed with Senpai pretty much across the board. That was a close night. No combo though.
Like, we joke about being tired of the Metera Grand Finals and all, like, just seeing Metera on screen, but, like, Senpai has earned every single right to be here and works very hard to maintain.
And I actually love watching SenpaiSpyder play. Like, I'll meme about Metera all day, but I will be the first to say I love watching Senpai.
Yeah, once he gets going, it's really impressive to watch as long as I'm not on the receiving end.
Yes, absolutely. Big agree on that one. This is just dominant right here. Oh.
Yeah. This is kind of what we've seen. Kaiina will play like the long game and work his way in to kind of get something going. Unfortunately, just makes a small mistake or kind of has the smallest gap in his pressure, and Senpai busts out and just takes control.
Yep. Really good at reacting to those mistakes and getting like the full hit off. I think we were kind of talking about that with Accent earlier, but Senpai does a really good job of not leaving any damage on the table.
Yeah, and it's just that's one of the things I mentioned it earlier. I think Kaina's a little bit of a slow start in terms of like getting a feel for everything, because a lot of the stuff that he was doing, especially in that set against Prada, was just specific matchup knowledge and just use like basically drilling it in as hard as he could. Like a lot of hard callouts, being able to use and make the correct decisions. But with Metera, that's really difficult because one, you're spending half the game just trying to get in on her. And then she either decides that she's done zoning, or you make a mistake and she gets out, and then it's her turn, which is really hard to deal with.
And Senpai does a really good job of like tricking you. Like you said earlier, like I thought at one point Senpai was just a really good masher. Like I feel like that's an integral part of SenpaiSpyder's game, is like tricking you into thinking either that they're just bad or that you've somehow got a read on what they want to do, because there's an absurd amount of conditioning that goes into their game. It is, I don't know, man. Senpai, this dude's a cheater playing Metera like that.
Cheater character, her and Fairy both busted.
Dude,
or from both.
Senpai's neutral is wild to me. That's like the big thing I always notice is like Senpai's movement just always seems so like on point. I am very much looking forward to seeing Losers semis. In general, I find it interesting to watch the Metera players play each other, like the mirror. And this is like a new one. So for me, I'm very intrigued.
Yeah, it's also the grand finals run back from last week. We saw
true. Yeah.
We saw Senpai and Accent Star just fighting it out. But this week, now winner's side, Shuaboo and Xerom. I'm very.
Did I see Lunaloo, or am I crazy?
No, that's the maybe. No. That's
we gotta switch the names.
Okay,
yeah, that's Xerom. Like,
they're on the wrong side. But I'm actually curious about this. I know that Shuaboo has been playing Djeeta and has been, I think, just wanting like people joke about Six being brain dead, but like having a second backup character, especially one that's like strong and one that is extremely simple to deal with, is just, I can understand it, especially for some specific matchups. Like I know he doesn't like dealing with Cagliostro. I don't like dealing with that either. But unfortunately, like this first round is just really bad DP swings and just can't.
Shuaboo's got a Grand too that we've seen. We've seen that Grand cook pretty hard. So it's not like he's strength to show us by any means.
He's really not. I understand maybe why he wouldn't want to go with Grand here. I think if there's a Charlotta player that knows the Grand matchup and is used to it, it's Xerom, just from constant like Grand finals. That's what he
Yeah, that's not a familiar matchup. Sure. Still, Shuaboo able to get the light confirm, and that's gonna be more than enough. That's perfect.
Yeah, this is absolutely an inverse of that last round. We saw Shuaboo make a couple bad decisions and Xerom just capitalize, and then this time Shuaboo completely in control.
Oh, run up sweep into, okay, well that's certainly one way to do that.
I mean, if it works, it works.
No argument here.
Charlotta sweeps got some range on it. And you can go for the fake mix with overhead. Unfortunately, doesn't space it. Gets the drop. Shuaboo ready to count. Ready to just go ahead. That was such a brave 2M on that button. I've never seen that go like that.
Yeah, that was a little wacky. Oh no!
Yeah, both of these, every single one of these rounds have just been absolute slaughter knockers, and Shuaboo immediately going back in. I'm curious what the adjustments for this set are, because I think that Shuaboo has to make a bit of air throw out, but Xerom,
that's Xerom's on point with those.
Yeah, I think Xerom's still blood in the water, is willing to just scream it out, and Shuaboo kind of having to pay the price for it.
Yeah, this is a smackdown right here. Shu. Oh no, there's the overdrive. Shu's
gonna have to kind of overcommit. Unfortunately, gets hit with a chip damage. Or no, it's not even chip damage. It's just a hit.
Just straight up a hit. Xerom's like, yeah, any hit will win, so I'm a gamble.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, like, especially with all that life bleed, you know, the worst thing that's probably going to happen is you're going to take a little bit of life and then lose OD. But at that point, you know, you have like 5 other specials that hit 8 times to kind of close stuff out with.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think Blood in the Water is the perfect way to describe this right here. He was like, they need to find a way to just slow the pace of this match down.
Yeah, I think that's, I agree with you. Shuaboo's getting drawn into Xerom's pace, and it's just, that's not a place you want to be. No. And I think Djeeta definitely has the ability to control that pace too, you know, for as explosive as she is, she also has like, she has really good anti-airs. Shit. Oh my god, 4 throws in a row.
So that's something like Xerom is not afraid to do. We kind of talked about this last time we saw Xerom on stream. But Xerom's really good at just keying into like one of those options that you're just not ready for and just basically slapping your head against it like it's the freaking pavement. And then hitting you with something else. Like, very, very good at adjusting their own pressure to adapt to what you are not ready for. And so like, if there's any indication of, oh, you can't take throws? Cool, here's 4 in a row.
Yeah, it's just, again, once Xerom is on a roll, it's really hard to kind of break him out of it, and I think that's one of the things that Shuaboo's really having with.
Still able to get something going in this game, and I think that's enough to kill. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, Shuaboo had the DP available, so no matter what, I think that would have been kill routing. But we keep seeing like small splashes of brilliance from Shuaboo able to work his way in and kind of get something started. I'm waiting to see, hopefully, that this is able to kind of start it off. I'm curious how, you know.
That was definitely a must-win round.
Yeah, it's like straight to the 3rd game. I think Shuaboo's waking up a little bit. This is kind of just cooking.
Yeah, so this is like kind of the opposite of what we saw Shuaboo do. Was it against Regale? Breaking out. Oh, yeah, that was dead.
Oh, gets the DP out. I think that was supposed to be a DP.
Yeah, this is how it starts right here. Overdrive.
Yeah, it's a really bad position to be in. Oh, this is bad. This is going to hurt.
Reset? Oh, okay, all right.
Shuaboo getting away with murder. That could have killed, especially if it got confirmed. But Shuaboo finally putting a number up on the board, starting to wake up a bit.
So I think what Shu needs to do is basically play it like the opposite of what we saw them do against Regale. Like, when you're playing Soriz, like, you want to kind of be in their face. And if you're playing against a Shoto, like, they're going to have to space you out. It's the opposite now. Like, Shu's playing the Shoto, and you want to keep Charlotta down at that mid-range. Xerom's just closing the distance way too easily, so...
Yeah, we mentioned it earlier, but Xerom is very trained against aggressive Shotos with the Kilo matchup. And Djeeta can do a couple of things that Grant can't, and... I mean, hell, we've seen Kilo play Belial in that matchup too, but one of the things, you know, Shuaboo has to be ready to just go ahead and counter and change. But we're seeing it now, you know, small options, a couple of things just going wrong or resulting in a loss of control, but every time Shuaboo has it, it's just vicious.
And Xerom's doing a really good job of using the Charlotta ball just as a stop sign, basically. Like, there's been a couple, like, high-impact hits that, like, have no conversion.
That was a, you know, that was a funny reset. That could have gone really bad really quick, but oh, it's unfortunate. It doesn't get to confirm, but does call out the rush with DP.
That was it. Like, if you had done that DP earlier as a reaction to the movement, that probably would have got stuffed by Rush's
cooked, but
good play there from Shuaboo.
That was so late. Shuaboo starting to swing back.
Yeah, one more round to tie it up.
Oh, God. Can you imagine the reverse 3-0?
Yes.
I mean, I can't.
A Djeeta player like, reverse 3-0ing? Damn.
We said it, like, the queen of snowballing.
Absolutely. Still, Xerom's not out of this yet. Still able to continue the pressure, yeah. Frame traps with the DP. Oh,
you can never bet against Xerom, even in bad matchups. We saw it earlier, just with kind of like, we've seen it with Grand, we've seen him play with Ladiva players. Like, he's very good at making a situation go as far as it can, and that's just kind of what we're seeing.
These two are just trading back and forth right here. This is getting scary.
Yeah, burning the meter, kind of trying to call some stuff out. Unfortunate. I think Shuaboo was going to try to whiff punish that, and just hit the button too early.
Yeah, just got stuffed. Unfortunate, bro. Not out of this yet. Still has a chance to tie this.
Xerom has been very aggressive at kind of calling out to the 2L M pressure, but you know, I'm curious to see kind of what the reverse on that is, because Djeeta's pressure is really good. I understand that like her disjoint on those buttons makes it a lot easier to do that, but something's got to give.
All right, there's the
DP's out.
Once again, health's pretty much even, but Xerom definitely has the resource lead.
Yeah, the resource. Oh.
No, that hit?
Yeah, I think Shuaboo put a preemptive button out. It's unfortunate. Rushes out. Oh, it's bad. Gets the DP. Xerom has the wake up DP. What's the option?
Space it out. See, this is what I want to see. Space it out.
This is a dangerous place for Shuaboo to be in, but runs up to get the 2H. Doesn't get it. Unfortunately, Xerom clutches it out.
That was still a pretty fun set, though. I really thought Shu was going to bring that back, but big shout out to Xerom.
Absolutely.
Consistent player.
Yeah, we mentioned it. Like, Xerom is constantly in top 3 just about every event he goes into, and this is not a surprise. Like, it's not a surprising result.
Yeah, for sure. Man, so the real question is,
yeah, we're going down to a bracket of sharks.
It could be like this is, you know, how many times have we been down to losers finals and or to like loser semis, and you're like, all right, I'm pretty sure I know who's going up to grand finals. It could be any one of these 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like, so this matchup right here, this is what we're seeing is really interesting, just from like a couple of different standpoints. So on the one hand, we saw Shuaboo and Star play earlier, and Shuaboo just showed a lot of changes in that matchup. Got it with a 2-0. The quintessential 2-0 is close, but you know, you see Shuaboo's record against Senpai recently is not as consistent as it could be. So, you know, depending on how this goes, we could see this, like, obviously there's only a couple of permutations because it's 3 people, but you know, there's like interesting stories between each of these matches and where they can.
All right. So I'm kind of surprised that Senpai's not playing Uno. Honestly, we've seen him break out on Ray.
Yeah, he normally doesn't play the mirror. I feel like he normally goes the Uno.
You know, it's one of those things that I actually really respect. I hate playing the mirror in any character that I've played. It's just like,
really,
I really do. And I mean, like, you know, the Ladiva mirror is just,
that sounds like chaos. Yes.
That's just
that one.
To Cortega, that's just 2 gorillas thumping their chest. But like, just in general, I've never liked playing that mirror.
That's fair. Yeah, Grappler mirrors.
I mean, I meant to say, like, I never liked playing mirrors. I didn't like playing Laura mirrors. I didn't like playing Cody mirrors. It's just frustrating.
I actually love playing Lance mirrors.
There is a certain amount of ballsiness in that, like, space safe 2L into SBA that I really respect about Star's play. You know, something that I would say is when he's right, he's violently right.
Violently right. That's a great way to put it.
And that's the thing. Like, I think Star is a really explosive player. He's just very fast, very vicious, willing to kind of get in that ass and burn meter to kind of get it. Like, we see it when he gets put on his. We see it when, like, he has an interaction go wrong or he gets put on his back. Like, immediately looking to get out, just not willing to.
Yeah. And that's like, if you can really optimize, like, kind of that style, that's scary, especially with this character, because I don't know, like you said earlier, Metera is definitely like on the higher skill ceiling of the tracks. I don't know, the high level Meteras are something.
And we talked about it earlier, but this character also has a lot of player expression. You know, we've seen Senpai's very signature play. We know how Cello plays. We've seen Nekotech, and then even now, Star coming out is just explosive. Very much willing to get in and, like, be aggressive and be willing to kind of fight and use hop and use butterflies, just block correctly or die.
Case in point right there, SenpaiSpyder hesitated just for a second. Axon wrapped that 2M, get right out of dodge, and just rushing right down. That's so smart. Yeah, figure Senpai's probably gonna go for a M button right there, train into auto combo. No projectile, so rush is the safe option. Damn.
Yeah, it really is. You know, That was such a quick set. Oh my god. I didn't realize that was on. I didn't realize that was already 2-0. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Crazy, right? That first game, like I blinked and that just went by.
Yeah, I mean, like I was talking too much and then it just went by, but she's so like I'm really happy to see Axon playing again. I'm really happy to see him competing in bracket because everyone has known Axon's a strong player. Like it's not a secret. He's not just like some out of nowhere player. He just didn't do online brackets, but now that he's back, my man's is cooking.
I am very happy to see Axon do something other than hoard crystals. I'm not gonna lie.
It's like him and Kilo.
Yeah, I know, right? Meanwhile, I'm sitting out here at -4 playing a bunch of B rank players.
I
feel
have
bad.
not. I only boot up ranked if someone's trying to get qualifiers. Like I don't.
That's great if like I don't have anyone to play with, and also I'm severely under the influence, and I don't want to like.
Every time I've booted rank queue, I sit for 30 minutes and don't see anyone, and then I'm
really. I have no issues. I always put it on though when I'm doing something else, and I'm like, oh, I know I want to take periodic breaks, so I'll like work on something, and then I'll like, oh okay, and then I'll hop over.
Yeah.
But I either get cooked or I cook. Like there's no in between. Like I either run into somebody like master rank that just cooks me, or I run into somebody who I'm like, I feel bad now. Like I feel like a bully.
You know what?
It is what it is.
Sometimes you got to bully. Yeah. Sometimes.
I still do it, but
the hard way.
I still do it, especially if I just got bullied right afterwards. Then it just.
Yeah. Low key, like.
It is what it is. You made your bed and I lay in it.
Yeah. I don't know. It could be a fun way to like learn a new character. Like you're learning Djeeta right now.
Yeah.
Honestly, sometimes that's just good to just like.
I enjoy ranked for learning new characters personally because I kind of like playing a bunch of just like different people, different characters, different play styles. It kind of helps me like fish for different tools.
I think I prefer like I'm not trying to be mean to this game, but like I prefer it in stuff that's like way more populated and there's like
absolutely no
like
I agree with you.
I boot Street Fighter ranked when I'm like just trying to kind of get some time and get some stuff going because it's just like I know I'm probably gonna get someone around my skill level. I'm gonna get some stuff going on and like I had to play Street Fighter for an hour, but my brain ain't right.
True. We're about to start losers finals, chat. Shuaboo versus Don't Block Low. But a reminder, still have the match Reno, still have that top 4 payout goal at 150. We're at 80.53. So a little bit over halfway there. Got 90 people watching right now, a bunch of sponsor quests still, and of course open to direct donations if there's any more angel donors in the chat. Grand came through a couple times, blew up the Matcherinos.
Yeah, where's the hero when we need him?
Super Saiyan God. Grand.
I'm so brain broken because like not anytime I think of Gran, it's just Toilet posting that shit post image and being like soon in the way that he does.
Yeah.
Like unironically my favorite poster.
That's great.
Yeah.
All right.
Super funny, man.
Losers finals, Shu breaking out that classic 6.
Yeah.
You were talking about where Shu's been putting this matchup, right?
Yeah, Shu's been doing a lot of matchup layups for. My brain is so fried. She's been doing a lot of just kind of steady post matchup and trying to make it a little better. One of the things that I will say, one of the things we mentioned it earlier is a lot of Metera's hero specialists, and I think they realize that the 6 matchup is going to be frustrating and just.
Yeah, and we've seen Senpai like do some kind of frantic hop shenanigans to get around
She has like, so the thing is she has a really good consistent measures to dive kick because if you do it correctly, if you time it correctly, Far M is just gonna flash with it and then kind of get put into a bad situation based on his landing recovery. So it's just one of those things like that's an easy mash it out anti-air. So she has that. She has a couple of different options to really deal with it. So it's just like I think my heart tells me this is a 5-5 matchup. But I think when Six gets going, he gets going. But I also think, like, you know, Metera has really good options to deal with and stop him from going, and her damage differential is way higher than his. So that's one of those things where it's just kind of, the damage differential is a really big thing, I think with Six in general, because he has to hit you a lot, and he has to hit you a lot, and those hits are not always consistent or easy to hit.
Axe's spacing game right now is ridiculous. God, Shuaboo's lost a ton of health off with punish, basically. Oh, and there's the rush. That was a perfect. That went on for over 40 seconds. How did Axe not get touched? That's insane.
Yeah, that's just superior piloting.
Yeah, absolutely. Like movement on point, pressure game on point, defense on, like everything there. That is a Metera clinic. Wow. All right.
Yeah, we saw it in the first game, and I think Axon just had some time to really sit there and Axon's had time to really sit there and kind of think about what happened in that set. Obviously, like, you can go back and watch the VOD and kind of take a couple of quick notes while waiting in between stream sets. So, and we're seeing that right now, where he is just cooking.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, that was 2-0 and friggin'. Oh my god, that's wild.
Yeah, this has been quick. Like, that first game was like kind of back and forth, but now it's just Axon control, being very quick to kind of put the pressure up, and just, we mentioned it a lot tonight, being able to kind of tone shift to deal with their opponent is really important. I'm seeing it right now with Axon, just very good adaptation from previous sets.
And we haven't seen a lot of parry from Shuaboo either, which, like, Shu doesn't like push on that parry, but like Shu's been known to use that thing strategically. And I don't know if that's just respect.
Very good match, very good awareness from down below, or from Axon Star.
Yeah, you should be right out of there.
That's the thing about Six parry. We mentioned it earlier. It's kind of a really dangerous tool to use against her setups because of how it is. So I like it a lot more as a very quick reaction here, just kind of how frustrating and everything's are depending on connection and like just on that day. But you know,
oh my god, rated?
There is no, there's no there's no universal tool for everything. There's no like thing that constantly stops everything. So like rotating those options and being able to use them correctly is a really important thing that determines a high level play.
She was like working so hard for this right now. It is.
Yeah, that's the thing. We mentioned it earlier. Like, even if Shu gets in, Shu has to get, well, Shu had meter. I don't think he would have had to kill, but he had to get 2 hits, and keeping 2 consistent hits on Metera, especially like when things get funny, is hard.
Between Axes playing like this, I like the pressure reset right there.
Oh, I really like that call out. Doesn't get the follow up on it, but manages to keep the awareness and make the best of it. That's the thing that the counter hit the counter hit 4M wall bounce is really funky if it feels like you're supposed to hit it sooner than you do. So I can especially in what is probably, as Zom said, 4-frame delay, it's kind of hard to get that consistent.
No doubt. Wow, Shu blocked that out for so long. That's actually the first hit, I think, of this round for Axel. Just blocking it all out. No!
Oh, doesn't get the follow-up. Shuaboo, what's the option?
Yeah, you gotta wait for that.
Went to shimmy for it. I don't think felt confident OSing it, but manages to catch him on the way down. Axon goes to try to nullify the projectile, but doesn't recover in time and hits the button.
Probably Shu went for 2M right there, but hey, it worked out, so no judgment.
So 6-2M is
it's incredible. Yeah,
it's an excellent poke. Has a really good kind of hitbox-hurtbox interaction. It's just like, it's one of my favorite buttons.
Yeah, well, understandably so. It does a lot. But
goes for the empty jump low. Both trade. Shuaboo already kind of in a bad point. But
this is
that's not where you want to be. Shu, it looked like Shu kind of micro walked out to kind of get the side switch. Unfortunately, got hit with the anti jump low while the butterflies were going off, so it's just unfortunate. Accent
right.
Star moving on to the grand finals set with Xerom. So I don't think we've seen this.
No, we haven't, but we've
haven't.
seen Xerom play this matchup against SenpaiSpyder. I don't know what Accent Star's experience with this level of Charlotta play is, but
I can say of Accent is a very practiced player. You don't see it, but he's usually in that lobby grinding for a couple hours. So
yeah.
I'm really curious to see just exactly like.
Wait, oh, holy shit! Sorry to interrupt you, but we just got a pretty big donation to the match.
Ooh.
Yo, Jocelyn, yeah, thank you. We just hit the triple digits.
Thank you, Jocelyn.
Yeah, Jocelyn for the 15, funky Funk Dangerfield with the 5, taking us to the triple digits. $50 away from top 4 payout.
Just remember, we've extinguished all the codes. We do have the sponsor quests that give anywhere between 50 to like 25 to 50 cents. But you know, we've got a streak. We don't want to miss the we don't want to miss hitting that top 4 payout. But in the meantime, getting started, letting the intros rock out too. True professionals.
True professionals. So this is going to be the real test for Accent Star. Obviously, like, Accent plays different from Senpai, so Xerom still got his work cut out for him, but Accent's got to win 6 games, and that is hard to do.
That's a tall order. That's a tall order in general, but Xerom is very good in practicing this matchup, and he's just a strong player. So this is a tall order for Accent, but you know, we saw Accent's performance offline. We've seen his performance in recent events. Like, you know, I think he got it in him, but. Yeah, he also just got an SBA to the face in him.
This is Accent
very good anti-air.
Xerom lives at, you know what I mean? So like that.
Oh, this is gonna hurt.
Dead. That's so
that's
dead.
No. Very good situational awareness from Accent.
Yeah, this is. I feel like that's how most of these rounds are gonna go. Very, very scrambly, very high pace, high octane.
Yeah, Accent going ahead and getting the butterflies out. Kind of goes for a cheeky side swap and gets tapped for it. And now Xerom's in his win condition. Get the corner, put the pressure on. Oh, I've not seen that. Goes for the roll out.
All right, able to find overdrive. That is huge for Accent Star right here.
Yeah, I think that was oh my god!
Is that dead? I think that's dead.
He is dead.
That is
like, I saw the butterfly stuff go off, and I was just like freaking out. It's just like, that is so much damage.
So much damage. All right, wow, very quick game 1 going to Accent here.
And we saw it there too, like just Accent really snowballing in that set. Because we saw it, Xerom was had like control of that for a good chunk, but Accent managed to get like the one conversion he needed and just maximized it.
Nobody has really been able to lock down Accent. And I think that's a big factor for how
yeah, you have to be able and be willing to control him, and it's just not happening tonight, boys.
Yeah. It's just funny, like, people are starting to catch on to, like, Senpai's rhythm sometimes, but Accent just brings a whole new level to the table.
It's a different style to have to learn to deal with, and especially that's the thing, and it's something I had to learn the hard way. Like, you have to play each of the Meteras. You can't get one and get them all. Like, it's the way. Like, that's the way it is. You got to be ready. But
funniest thing about that is Senpai's probably watching this going, okay, I can implement a few of these things to my game. So like I think that this is gonna make all the Metera players a little more dangerous.
Yeah, like honestly, the more they are and the better they place, the more they're just gonna steal from each other. So it's like out of mind.
Oh, all right, Xerom
coming back swinging. I don't know what that setup was, but was it real? Was it not? Who knows?
That's all I said.
Oh, air throw. Good awareness from Accent Star. Gets the... Ooh. Unfortunately, the angle on that wasn't such that... Goes for the swag punish. Is not in range to get it. That is so unfortunate.
Xerom's not letting me get away with that one.
Yeah, it's just, you know, Metera's not like Charlotta, where she can where you block SBA, and then if you're not perfectly timed, she just DPs out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, a little harder to deal with. Oh no! All right, so this is gonna be big damage.
This is not where. Xerom blocking really well, but Axon doesn't have meter, doesn't have a lot of resources, but gets butterflies up, manages to maintain the spacing really well. I think that's something that's an adaptation that we've seen Axon Star use really well, is just being able to control the sky. The only time I've really seen Charlotta get a lot of jump pressure is after knockdowns, when that was, and even then, like, we saw the wake up 1H being able to call some stuff out.
Jesus, oh my god. Axon's doing a really good job of playing around like the jump depth too, like a lot of 2M anti-airs.
Goes for the bust out. Xerom's ready for it though. Get caught in the meaty OD setup. What's the mix? The mix was auto combo. We saw this earlier. Axon trying to use. Oh, that was so fucking funny.
Tail end of the rush connecting.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. Now Axon's in his win condition. It's gonna hurt.
No cooldowns though. Oh,
yeah, no cooldown. Goes for the reset. Probably trying to build meter, but manages to clinch it out. Axon going up 2-1.
Believe in victory.
All right. Axon setting the pace, maintaining the pace. Now they're on the verge of resetting this bracket. That is a good way to start.
This has kind of been the story we've seen with Axon Star's play all tonight. Is you think that you started getting control players start managing to lock him down and make options, but the second he gets control, it's so explosive.
Yeah, absolutely. Xerom fighting for their life, and that's using the rush once again. Check the Charlotta.
No, that was a confirmed rush. He got the far L, and then he got the far L into rush.
I blinked. I missed the far L.
I saw it. I can see that. I can recognize that button. Xerom going for the throw pressure.
Alright.
Axon willing to just block it out. Xerom tries to go for the funny punish and gets called out for it. Now has to block. What's the mix? DP's out. There is no mix, son. Oh! Calls out the setup and immediately capitalizes on it. I love Axon's awareness here.
This is so close. That was very lucky from Xerom. Okay, try to stall ball and get something.
Yeah, this is one of those things Xerom needs to be right, and he's good at being right, but it's gonna go real bad real quick.
You need
the DP. Right. What's the meaty set? Oh, Axon tries to bust out with the funny rollover, but doesn't get it.
So Xerom could tie this up, but like this is, I don't know. If Axon resets this bracket,
I think if Axon resets this bracket, it's gonna be really dire for Xerom. Because Axon's definitely kind of a long game kind of player, and especially with how explosive his style is, I do think Xerom will be able to make some adjustments accordingly with it. But the longer this drags out, Axon is also going to make adjustments.
Yeah, absolutely. I think if you're Xerom, you have to seal this out now.
You really do.
Oh, okay.
We've seen these call-outs from Xerom trying to get the same things that he got on Senpai, and it's just not working out for him. So, like at best we saw what happened earlier, where it's just kind of an on-block situation, but most of the time he's just kind of punished. Oh, did it hit? Oh,
no way!
Unfortunate. Get it back!
Yeah, that's
dead. Axon resetting the bracket.
That was sick.
Yeah, Xerom got a little bit greedy with that run-up sweep.
Yeah, absolutely. Respect the effort for sure.
No, like I think at that point that was probably one of the better meaties, or at least something that he felt would, like, if woke up SBA happened, he'd be safe. But Axon saw it, caught it, reacted. GG, shake my hand. We're going to the limit on here.
I'm wondering if that was a timing issue, because usually I don't know. I won't speculate on that.
Yeah, it's one of those things that, like, it went real funny, and I think neither of us are really going to know exactly what happened. So,
yeah,
you know, we call what we see in front of us.
Enjoy our grand finals. Oh, there.
Yeah.
You're going. That didn't work the first time. Let me try again.
Yeah, just immediately dashing in, kind of calling it out, but it's unfortunate. Axelstar could have probably caught that up, but tried to go for the cross-up and just didn't work out. But Xerom immediately kind of picking up the pace, trying to be a little bit more aggressive and not let Axelstar get started. Which, Charlotta has the ability to make that successful, but we've talked about it in other Metera matchups where, like, getting aggressive with her and kind of trying to force stuff in plays into her game. So you really have to be careful with it. You have to be confident that you can get it without her getting started. Oh, goes for the dash up with unfortunate.
Knocked out of the corner, set up the demon.
Oh no, this is bad.
Oh, was that a reset? That was a reset.
I think no. Went for the. I think I missed it. No, you're right. It was.
All right, I was gonna say, I'm like that red health disappeared and all of a sudden.
Yeah, it was real bad, real quick. Oh, blocks the mix. Goes for the throw. Oh, doesn't get the anti-air.
Yeah, rush. No, not
that was kind of funny, man. That went real bad, real quick.
Yeah.
Axel has to be careful though. Xerom has a lot of options on deck and gets the options.
Wow. Okay.
That was a quick game one.
That was a very quick game one. And that was last round was right down to the wire too, right?
Yeah, it was. I think there's like a bad, we said it earlier, there's like one wrong decision that fixes that sort of Axon win. So it's like down. But again, it's real close. But Axon, this is what we're going to have to see. And this is, I think, what's going to probably either make it or break it for Xerom is like how long can that aggressive playstyle, how long can that bulldogging actually work out for him?
And we're starting to see like Axon make some mistakes here. A couple whiffs in that last interaction, but able to pick it right back up. And okay. So he's out there.
Yeah, we're seeing a couple of mistakes, but we're also seeing Axon just straight up kind of work his way out and actually kind of manage to wall Xerom off, but has to be careful. We're now at the point where like each hit for both players is just dead. Gets the doesn't even get the super, it just goes for the swag punch and tell him how it is.
Hell yeah, a little overconfident there,
Xerom. Doesn't get the DP.
That's big trouble.
Yeah, this is not where Xerom wants to be, especially with butterflies on deck, and we're seeing it now. It's a big chunk of butter.
This is about
plus frames into OD. I think Xerom wanted to call it out and did just a second too late and they can punish for it. Axelstar tying it up.
That was a quick game too. Like,
yeah, these sets are probably going to be really explosive just based on how each player needs to play to win, but we'll see.
Still Xerom able to get it started here. Sweep follow-up is plus.
Oh, gets the anti-air, goes for the sweep follow-up.
Demon flip.
I think we wanted to kind of try to keep him close to the corner, but it doesn't matter now. He's in.
You have to be very careful if you demon flip and pressure against Metera, like 1H or 2H.
Yeah, both of her anti-airs are really good and consistent, and they have a lot of use cases. Like we've seen how good the Metera players are at using them to blow up like air stalls and using things like a Seox, EX Fireball to kind of cut those out. So it's just a crack. Like it's a crack suite of buttons.
Being cracked. The fact that Axon does not want to fight it though.
Yeah, that's one of the things. Is like it's kind of the specializations. Is like Senpai doesn't want to block, but uses everything else. Axon just doesn't want to block.
Yeah. And like has used plenty of these defensive options, but Xerom's starting to get a read, it looks like. So that's what I want to see more of. Like once Axon starts actually taking this pressure and not trying to match out, like I want to see Xerom do another like 2-3 throws in a row.
Yeah, it's something that has to be kind of called out progressively in the special change. But speaking of call outs, gets the DP call out and clicks. Wow. Goes for the wake up skate. Goes for the wake up spot dodge. Kind of gets out. Uses the rush to start pressure, but Xerom enforcing the mix. What's next?
Beautiful.
Yeah, that was.
Xerom's movement has improved drastically in the last 2 games.
Each of these sets that we're seeing are just so violently explosive. These have been basically like 2-0s back to back to back, or like 2 rounds back to back.
Who can put up the momentum first, basically? Xerom is.
This is what we were talking about here. The throws. Xerom's trying to bring it home. It's like it's 10:30. Time to go to bed. 3 throws in a row.
Chip just going for it. Jumped over though. Jumped over. That's punish. Let's go.
Does get the punish on that one, but unfortunately kind of shallow. Axon burns all of his meter. This is a bad position to be in. Doesn't have OD, doesn't have the ability to get out. Has to play perfect.
Oh, yeah, it's one hit is all it takes from Xerom. 1 DP, 1 5L, and there it is. Yeah.
Unfortunately, lost the clash.
Tournament point for Xerom.
I was believing it. Like, we saw it. Axon was at 44 meter. He was going to get it back.
Yeah, right? I don't want to say anything because I'm like, I don't want to jinx this, but I was thinking it.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I was like, is he gonna get a second 100 meter?
Back throw, set up another one. This is how it starts.
Yeah, this is bad. This is not where this is not where Axon wants to be.
Freudian slip there.
God, there's like 4 of them, and I have to get them all right.
Right. All right, Axon's got a chance here, though. Able to make Xerom back off a little bit. Punish, and that should do it right there. Xerom is your champion. Oh,
Xerom clutching it out, bringing it home.
That was clean. Xerom was able to finally put some of that momentum together. Some of those.
Yeah, you know, it's one of those things I thought the longer the Axon played, kind of some stuff would open up. But Xerom was able to kind of key in just to a lot of his defensive habits and really crank that damage up.
Yeah, once the throws and the parries start coming out, that's how you know it's over. Xerom be cooking.
Yeah, he feels himself. The second you see the parries, you're like, oh, okay.
You see the parries, and then you see 4 throws in a row. And like, as a grappler player, if I throw you, like, if I get past the second throw, you have messed up. So like, I get it,
right?
Like, I'm sorry. Like, said it earlier, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice.
Fool me 3 times.
Good stuff. That was a fun bracket. People were swinging tonight. Oh my God.
Yeah, this is definitely a slobber knocker bracket.
Yeah, for those of you tuning in for the first time, these are every week, Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, stop by. They're a lot of fun. Thank you to everybody, as always, for playing. If you got top 3, make sure to join the Matcherino. So Xerom, Don't Block Low, and Shuaboo, all 3 of you, so I can try and pay you out as soon as the stream ends. I'll make one more call for the Matcherino. Links in chat. It'll take you to this page. If anyone wants to help push us to top 4 payout, bring SenpaiSpyder into the money. We are 66.8% of the way there. So we're around $50 away from top 4 payout. We hit that 150, top 4 will be paid out. Other stuff coming up. No Blaze Blue tomorrow. But on Sunday we'll have Uni, Monday we'll have Melty, and then next Wednesday, Granblue again. Saturday the 25th, we have our 14th offline monthly. We'll have Granblue as usual, but switching up the schedule, so we're going to start with Melty at 2, Granblue at 4, Strive at 6, and Uni at 7. And then later in March, the big one that I've been super excited about, I got a bunch of stuff hammered out at the end. We've got Crossover Arc in March. 3 days, 24th through the 26th. We have 6 main games, Granblue, Strive, both Melties, KOF 15, and Uni. All 6 of those are going to have $1,000 pot bonuses, plus the usual entries in Matcherino. And then we've got side brackets for Mbon, Exerd, Beyblade, and Pokemon Stadium. So if you can make it out to the city, or you're in the Tri-State area already, I would definitely come out. It's going to be a blast. We have 100-something people already pre-registered, and some of the brackets just look freaking sick. The venue's awesome. We've got pretty much the whole space. We're going to have a lot of room for casuals and everything. A little BYO console station as well. But we're going to have plenty of PlayStations out regardless. What else am I missing? Oh, people keep telling me to shill my Patreon, so I'm just going to do that. I do have a Patreon. If you're interested in helping me seed the brackets, I seed all of our brackets, both beginner and opens. So if you want to kind of help out with that and take the load off, I do have a Patreon. Tiers start as like $5, which is a replacement tier for like Twitch, and they just kind of go up from there. But yeah, that's my rapid fire promo spiel. Lennox and Seth, do you guys have anything you want to shout out before I send everybody on their way somewhere?
Don't worry about finding me. Lennox, that's due.
March 11th, Boston Blue Beat offline. If you're in the Boston area at all, if you want a little warm up before crossover, a little through the balance patch. We got all kinds of. We got all 3 Guilty Gears. Blaze Blue is huge in Boston, and we're bringing back Granblue, which is very exciting.
Nice.
If I don't get called, so we got Rowlet coming. I'm actually going to this one this time, I promise. And we'll see. Hopefully,
I've heard a lot about Boston Blue Beat. It's something that I would like to eventually attend someday. Like I know
like
Joker has talked it up a lot. I've heard you all talk it up. Like it's I also just want to go to Boston, but
well, you're in luck because in where is it? Sorry, I'm going through my calendar. July 15th is Beach episode.
Yo, let's go.
Rerun.
I unfortunately will be at CEO.
Is that same weekend?
No, CEO's in June. I'm losing my damn mind.
Oh, all right. You scared me there.
I might see what we can do. I don't know. Like I said it earlier, but like my original plan for this year was like Frosty, Slashback, Combo Breaker, and Evo. Slashback unfortunately is not happening. So it's a lot of people are going to CEO this year, and like even though I cannot stand Daytona, I really want to see people. So that's kind of I think that's the way things are looking.
Yeah, I'm on the fence about that because I really don't want to go back to Daytona. But yeah, I feel you.
Oh, dude, I got called some real uncomfortable things, but you know,
no doubt.
I feel like I gotta go. Uni's the main game.
Oh god, yeah, I'm happy for you on that, man. Like I love watching the Uni players. They deserve they deserve everything and more.
Yeah, true.
Everyone's copium about that announcement since it's a main game.
Oh god, I feel so bad.
Yeah.
Like we've been on the receiving end of that for how long, and now I gotta we really gotta get in there and just be aggressive and try to get Uni its due.
Agreed.
But yeah, Beach episode sounds awesome. Was that? Oh, also Lennox, where can they just find you in general?
Oh God, you can follow me on Twitter at Lennox207, and also see me at Combo Breaker after crossover. But come to crossover because it's gonna be a lot of fun. We're gonna play Pokemon Stadium.
That's true. And Beyblade. If you play Beyblade, bring your own Beyblade. We're not providing them.
If you would like some donation Beyblades, I might be able to hook someone up.
Oh, I'll reach out to you about that.
Yeah, reach out to me about that. I think we need to probably have some conversations at some point about Street Fighter stuff anyways, so.
Yeah. Cool. Well, on that note, let me see who we can send everybody to. Who is still streaming?
I don't think it's real streamer hours, brother. I don't think anything's happening. What is it? It's
spooky and TNS, as I see.
Yeah.
Let's go over to TNS.
Is it just TNS?
Tampa never sleeps.
Yeah. Like, shout out to my boy St. Cola. Signing up with TNS. I want to see him cook. I want to see him do well.
Yeah. Cola's
send everybody there.
Nice, dude.
Say what's up to them. I'll see you guys next week.
Thank you for everyone for tuning in and supporting.
Yeah, we'll catch you later.